Hold on, real quick. Listen, this is the Gray Area Podcast.
Let's
Let's go.
go.
Yes. Back again like we never left. MOD, Guru Dane, this is the Gray Area.
Salute.
Every Sunday we bring you a distinguished guest. And this Sunday is no different. We got my guy, Maddox, in the building. You already know.
Peace.
What's going on, brother? How you feeling?
Shit, I'm doing good, man. Can't complain. How y'all doing, man?
I can't complain either, man. It's Sunday. I'm trying to think. I did not do too much today. I got to really take it easy and just get prepared for tonight.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, man, I just, got some other shit. There's always more shit to be done. There's always something that could be done. But other than that, nah, it was a chill day. Shit, I went to bed dumb early yesterday. I don't even know why. I went to bed dumb early yesterday. But
You know, sometimes that's how it is, man. It ain't even like a decision you make. Your body is just like, yo, we out, son. You're like, all
bro, it's
right.
dumb. you know.
I've been there,
Um,
bro.
I hear that, bro. It's listen when you're a parent, when you're a husband, when you're a parent, it's bro. It gets like that,
Oh, 100%.
for sure. But so yeah, everything's smooth, everything good. How was your Christmas, New Year's, holidays? Was good.
Cool. Yeah, man. Definitely got to take my wife and my daughter out to Cali for a little bit, and
Nice.
it's been crazy hectic for me, bro. I started a business like last year, and I've been doing it. It's just me. I've been flipping houses by myself, and
Mm,
it's wild, like labor intensive, and like a gang of other shit. I ain't really like taking it like account. You know what I mean? Taking into
right,
consideration and shit. But trying to do that with the music, and also, I got a daughter, and I'm married and everything. So you already know, bro. It's just been crazy,
for
but.
sure.
We're blessed, bro. I was just telling my wife this morning, like, it's like 0 degrees out here right now, but I was like, I try to take it into, be grateful for like the small shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, we got hot water. We even got water. We got heat. We got things that, like, growing up wasn't always the case and stuff. Now that, like, I'm just happy I'm able to provide that for my family, for my kid, and she don't got to go through some of that shit. You know what I mean? So just trying to be
Nah,
grateful.
100%, bro.
That's a blessing.
Nah, for sure. It's funny that you mentioned that because I say that I told my wife the other day, I'm blessed. I am. I am
Yeah,
a blessed man. I am a blessed man. And she goes, because I told her that I think that in my head. Like no matter how I am on the outside, in my head, I'm like that because I'm always in my head. I'm a person
right.
who overthinks, I think a lot, and I'm always in my head with shit, right? So in my head, every other second, I'm telling myself that I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be here right now. I'm blessed to be experiencing this right now, for us to be doing this right now, to have my family. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Facts.
say, it's about being grateful. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where uh me and Guru talk about cymatics a lot, the power of vibration, how it
Yeah,
affects water on a cellular level. And
yeah,
I feel like, being grateful is a certain vibration.
hundred
When
percent,
you're
man.
grateful, when you're you know what I'm saying? When you're giving out gratitude to the universe, it's a certain vibration,
Yeah,
and
I feel like that transcends into a lot of different like areas of our life too. You know what I mean? Like growing up again. I'm not to get too much into that, but I was poor as fuck growing up, and I had a relationship with money when I was younger, before I started hustling and doing all kinds of other shit. But like, really, this mindset of kind of trying to just like hold on to every little cent I have, and just be real frugal about shit. And I kind of learned that like it's the same with energy, the same what you were just talking about. It's kind of like it, it's it's cyclical. You know what I mean? Like it has to go out to come back, and like vice versa, and things like that. To where what I mean, like I said, that can transcend into different areas of your life. But the more I started being, not like I'm saying I'm just out like blowing dough and shit like that, but at the same time being a little less concerned with like penny pinching, to put it, you know what I mean, in certain understandable terms, the more I felt like the abundance of it was returned to me. You know what I mean? rather than like just trying to sit there and hold every little cent I had and feel like wasn't nothing coming to me either. You know what I mean? But that's just one outlook on that, one area of that. But I definitely agree with the vibrational energies and the exchange of that wholeheartedly, and I've felt that way my whole life. You know what I mean?
Nah, for real. So for people who don't know, where are you from?
Originally, like I'm born in Cali. I was born in Long Beach. I grew up in like Orange County, Long Beach area. But I also grew up like so. My folks, my pops is from Israel originally, and my mom's from Cali. And my pops, they met in Israel. Had my older brother. Shout out to Law Dog in Jerusalem, and then we came back. They came back to the states in Cali, and had me in Long Beach. And my mom and pop split up when I was second grade or some shit like that, and we had moved to Hawaii because my mom was kind of on some hippie shit. You know what I mean? So
Mm,
we moved out there, and basically they split up soon after. My pops went back to Cali, so we stayed in Hawaii for a while. He kind of disappeared. You know what I mean? And it was back and forth. Eventually, we reconnected, but I would say for the most part, equal parts between Hawaii and Cali. So right now, I'm
got you.
living in fucking Wichita, Kansas, and that's a whole other story. But that's where I'm at.
That's unique, man. That's some spots right there. You said Cali, Hawaii,
Yeah, yeah,
Wichita.
no, yes, for real.
What's the cultural difference between Hawaii and California?
Um, I feel like in Cali, at least for my experience, it was, there's different, like in Cali, I feel like there's different shades of poverty and different like classism. You know what I mean? There was a lot of gray area. You would transcend in some places it could be really bad, some places it could be really good. There's a lot of like middle ground and everything. I feel like in Hawaii, it was like most of the people, majority of what I experienced was like working class people. Everybody had their job, everybody had their family, everybody was kind of on some, some people obviously make more than others, but it wasn't really this like, I didn't feel like I experienced a lot of people that worked in or whose parents, like my homie's parents, didn't have like office setting type of jobs. It was a lot of blue collar shit, a lot of like things like that. And I feel like culturally in Hawaii, the people are much more just like the whole spirit of aloha is a real thing, man. Like we're taught respect at a real young age, and in a way
Mm,
that's very like Hawaii is a combative place. I don't know if y'all watch like UFC and then MMA and stuff like that, but like shout
right,
out to like Max Holloway, BJ Penn, like the list goes on of people that literally go to Hawaii to train with like some of the best fighters in the world. We grew up like me, some of my homies grew up training shit like that. And just you just learn on some real level, like you go to people's houses, like you got to be respectful, and it was just like the unwritten rule. And on the like regular street level tip, like if you're disrespectful, it's like hands on site, it's on site type of shit. Like there's no fucking chest puffing, like dudes will fuck you up, and like vice versa. Like
right.
you got to be like keep your head on a swivel shit. But I feel like in Cali it was a little more. There was definitely a lot of that too. There's no slight on Cali and how we get down out there, but I mean, like, I was never, I never had to pack a strap in Hawaii. Let's put it that way. I never like carried no heat
Right,
with me when I was out there. Never really worried about that,
right.
because it wasn't like no real like shootings or drive-bys or nothing like that. Where like Cali's like infamous for that shit. You know what I mean? But I would say the fundamental difference was just kind of like the spirit of aloha, the Hawaiian people, the people that just inhabit the islands out there. Like they're real protective of their land, the sovereignty, the
Mm,
idea of sovereignty. They're real respectful to the. They call it the Aina. The land is called the Aina. You know what I mean? And like we protect our Aina. We respect it, and there's a culture of warriors out there. You know what I mean? And
right.
they just that whole respect, that humbleness, that appreciation for something bigger than yourself. I feel like I picked up a lot of that out there. A lot of my dear friends are still out there or from out there, that'll vouch for that same shit. But I would say that's probably like the biggest thing, was that difference. You know what I mean? Like I said, and that's not to say that in Cali we're not like we're disrespectful. We don't like embody those same values. But I just felt it was more of a like a like a energetic vibrational thing in Hawaii. You know what I mean? Like it was just you just feel it. It's more palpable in the energy out there. Where Cali is kind of chaotic and it's fucking a whole lot of
For
shit going
sure.
on all the time, and it's all kinds of different people doing all kinds of different shit. And Hawaii, the pace was a little bit slower and shit like that. So
Would you say it's more of a cultural awareness?
yeah, I would
Like,
say so. I mean, I think it kind of go like I would say even to take it a little bit a different direction. Like there's cultural awareness, but I feel like in Hawaii it was kind of more of like a uniformity. It was like you're either with
mm.
us or against us kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like
So
you either like
it's very much like how Jamaica is.
yeah, yeah. It's like you either rocking with the people, like for the
Right.
land and for what we got out here and what and then like again being appreciative, like back to being grateful and being appreciative of what we have. We grew up really impoverished and really
Mm,
appreciating what we had. And like if you weren't in that mindset, you were disrespecting what we did and what we believed in. And if you were coming to the island and you were disrespecting where we're from or what we do, like we would let you know on GP type of shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, hopefully that makes sense. You know what I mean?
no, no, it makes perfect sense. It seems like, um, it's a lot more, like you said about energy, it's a lot more spiritual, and it seems like
Right.
it's an overall respect. So if you're not from here and you make a conscious decision to come here, then you've almost made the commitment to uphold the levels of respect that this place deserves. You know what I'm saying? So no, yeah,
Right.
it makes sense to me,
Yeah, we have
It
for
like.
sure.
sounds like too.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Okay, no, real quick. It also sounds like too. It's like it's beyond me. It's like right. People don't even have the respect for themselves, like let alone respect for their surroundings. So it's like it's a respect you need to have for your surroundings and for the land.
Right, right,
For
right.
sure.
Yeah, and it's just like an overall, like I said, bro. Like I grew up out there. And I mean, you see like Samoans and Hawaiians and Tongans. Like it's not small dudes. You know what I mean? They're not. They're dads and their uncles, and they got big families. And it was one of those things where like if you were disrespectful to somebody, it didn't end with that dude. You know what I mean? Like you're going
Mm,
to see his brother, you're gonna see his other brother, you're gonna see his uncle and his cousins and his fucking whole lineage, and they're gonna fucking remind you every time they see you, like that what's expected of you. You know what I mean? And or if you have beef, like I got in some fights with some cats, and it was like it would be you got to deal with their family too, or you know what I mean. So it's something, but it's like again, it's not. I feel like in Cali that all of those things kind of apply, but it's much less on like a broad scale of like the unity of the people. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a more solo, independent, like, oh, like you disrespected me, homie, then like fuck you, I'm a you know what I mean? It's like a real everybody's kind of like crabs in a barrel mentality in Cali. I felt at least personally. I'm not like out here telling like
no, I get it.
my word is
I
the
get it.
fucking gospel, but I'm just saying that like I feel like everybody's kind of out for themselves. It's the rat race and shit like that. And there's generally a little bit of that energy wherever you go. But I think that in Hawaii, I personally felt a lot more like we were all in the same struggle, and it was all this awareness that we had culturally. We're in Cali. There's so much different culture, and there's so many multifaceted elements to that state in and of itself. And
Right. Right.
it just wasn't as clear cut as a like with us or against us type of shit until you broke it down into real like small factions, you know.
Families and yeah, no, I get that. It seems to me like it's crazy because you're describing a whole state, right? But it also seems to
Hmm.
me like this is like it's it's not small town mentality, but it's tight knit mentality.
It's
You know what I'm
tribal. It's
saying?
tribal
It
mentality.
there you go. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, it's because
There
we
you
still
go.
had that like so like I was living on the Big Island, you know what I mean? But like we would still I lived on Maui for a little bit. My brother lived on Oahu and Honolulu. My little brother's actually still in Honolulu. My the rest of my family's still on the Big Island. I'm the only one out here in the
Mm,
mainland, you know what I mean? But
right. Right.
back in the day, it was like there was that tribal mentality, but that runs deep too because it would be like we'd be from the west side of the island, and we would like have beef with dudes from the east side of the island just on some tribal shit. You know what I mean?
For
But at the
sure.
same
For
time,
sure.
if it really came down to like a threat from an outside presence coming to the islands, like I guarantee I could say like all that shit would be squashed and it would just be like, all right, it's us against them and we'll get back to whatever, like whenever, you know what I mean? But it wouldn't
Right.
even be like a conversation type of thing where I don't know, it's one of the only places at least I've been or can say I'm from that I felt that type of vibe with it, you know?
Nah, I get that. It's there's a lot of parallels to how things work in upstate New York.
Yeah.
Um there's a lot of different towns around here,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's a lot of different towns and obviously with that comes different relationships, different people. So usually the town that my mother bought a house in fucking many years ago, spent a lot of time in this town. I remember being younger and other towns pulling up.
Yeah.
Other towns pulling up. It's issues, right? Now, the
Right.
people who I have issues with, we putting that to the side because now it's an external threat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now I can speak to what you're saying. I can speak to what
Yeah,
you're saying. Let me
100%.
ask you this.
Yeah.
Um, with that mentality like that in Hawaii, what is the hip hop scene like there?
So what's crazy, and this is like some real shit. So growing up out there, like when I moved out there, it was like I said, I was in third grade, and I was born in '82, so I was probably I don't even know. It was like the like 1990 ish. You know what I mean? So like the '90s was just popping off, and hip hop in and of itself was still growing and blossoming it culturally. You know what I mean? But at that time, like there wasn't shit. There was no hip hop culture in Hawaii, bro. It was like I said, it was a lot of fighters, a lot of like surfers and skaters, and like that whole shit. But me and my brother more or less with a couple other heads around that we all kind of linked up. We all had our own little crews, but like we basically like pioneered the hip hop movement in the state of Hawaii. And I'll put like I'll stand 10 toes on that statement. You know what I mean? Like, and if you ask now, like the young bloods out there right now, they'll tell you like, yo, Matt Maddox, that's the fucking OG for hip hop out here. His brother Law Dog, like they brought that culture to Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? So like we we had a different responsibility, not only learning it ourselves and becoming like infatuated with it and in our own right, in our own growth, but like feeling so empowered by it and so in tune with it that we were ushering it into a new area, a new part of the world where it was foreign, you know what I mean? Which also even like if you want to really go into that because like or not into that but if we take that back to what we were just talking about, like we were bringing something from outside in, you know what I mean? But it was something that was like that tied into that unity and tied into that, like, like, because hip hop was very like, this is our shit, and like we're trying to like show y'all how we're living, and we're trying to like speak our truth to you, the listener, the world, show y'all like what it really is. And us bringing that to the forefront out there was some new territory, because in a way we had to develop the spots, we had to develop um like the connections to where it inspired people, my homie, to open a shop that sold shit, like, because before that there wasn't like LRG and fucking Fat Farm and fucking all that shit out there, you know what I mean? And like
Right.
we inspired cats collectively, all of us inspiring each other. Some of us was writing raps, some of us was starting to fuck with video shit, DJ and turntable. Oh shit, like I didn't even know motherfuckers use turntables like that or whatever. And then, the homies would open up a shop that was selling gear and merch and shit like that, and start like getting more. We'd start getting more like albums, cassettes, and CDs. We'd start seeing showing up in the stores and stuff like that. But that's also, the culture itself growing on a world platform. But yeah, I would say it was a really unique experience because there wasn't already like a pre-existing like layout for us to tap into. Like we kind of had to create it in our own way, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Right. You had to cultivate these relationships and these connections to be willing and receiving to what you offer. Now I hear that, bro. Let me ask you this. Hawaii, if I'm not mistaken, Hawaii has a crazy import tax. Is that true?
Yeah, yeah,
So things that come into the island get marked up pretty high,
yeah. It's crazy.
exponentially, I would think.
Yeah, yeah,
So I just want to. I'm asking you that to reference back to when you were talking about how your friend opened up a clothing store or a shop and had these things that had to be imported. Like
right.
that, it takes a lot.
For
You
sure.
have to really be in for the love to go through all of that to deal with the markup. You know what I'm saying? And then
For
you're
real.
also talking about you're serving an underserved community at a markup. So it's like I get it, bro, and it just speaks to the love of it. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure, for sure. Yeah. Shout out to my bro, Matty Buxton, bro. That was the dude that opened the shop. Um, and it was weird because like I said, we were starting to make connections, we were starting to make shit pop. And I was always like a street kid. I was always be out and about with my headphones on, roaming around listening to whatever it was, Public Enemy, Woo, like whatever, you know what I mean? And I just remember like just walking past this spot one day and like looking in the window and being like, yo, what the fuck is this store? Like coming soon. And I was like looking in there like, yo, like that, seeing some of the brands and shit like that, being like, yo, like that's some ill shit. You know what I mean? Like they don't got that nowhere else out here. And then like turns out, like I went in there one day, I swooped up a bunch of shit, which was at a fucking ridiculous markup. But at the time, like to me, that was worth it because I was all in. Like hip hop, like from the jump, I was all in. Fucking no questions asked to this day. You know what I mean? But it definitely speaks to Matt, putting like he was having kids, had a family, and he put his neck out like that to bring something to the island that, like you said, bro, he's trying to serve underserved community. He's trying to bring awareness and style and this whole culture out to people that are foreign to that, and in a way that I'm sure it wasn't cheap, bro. I'm sure that took a lot of sacrifice for that dude to do that. And but at the end of the day, he was able to do his thing. We were able to shed some light on that spot existing and guide some traffic in there. We started having like little hip hop shops, little freestyle Friday type of things. Like the b boys would start coming out of the woodwork and shit like that, and it like the whole culture just started growing. It was like honestly, it was a fucking beautiful thing to see.
it sounds, okay, so we everybody who's on the show, we kind of get around to where they were when hip hop found them and the inception in their area. And it's like hip hop is so powerful. This music shit is so powerful and prevalent and speaks to your soul, speaks to one's soul so heavily that these are all hotspots. These are all satellites of where people were inspired around the world. You know what I'm saying? So to hear you talk about this little, you know, this little nook of the world where this is happening, right? And you're witnessing it, and it was the first of its kind around in your area at that time. Like it really is something to behold, bro. It's something to it's a memory that memories that you'll never let go of. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, yeah.
with that, what was your first? What was the bug? What was the hip hop bug that bit you? What was it? Was it an album? Was it a movie? Was it some graffiti? Like, what was the first inspiration you got?
The first shit, I can't tell my story without like leaning on. So my older brother, um, he's also a dope artist. He's also a real one. He goes by Law Dog. Uh, him and I were always connected at the hip, so to speak, with this shit. But he's always been like a real avid collector, and that's something that I've always, not for nothing. Like I'm very grateful, and once again, I'll draw attention to that. But I was able to take advantage of that in a way that like he was just, and to this day, he's a collector like I've never seen people like this. It's very rare that people are on that level. You know what I mean? And
I didn't want to
like
interrupt you. I didn't want to interrupt you, but yo, shout out to La Dog. He's been a supporter of ROT for years.
yeah,
For years, he's been a supporter of ROT. Right. Listen, we got him booked. We got him booked. He's gonna be on the show. I didn't want to blow it
yeah,
up, but we got him booked. Um, but yeah, shout out to him. He's been a staunch supporter of our movement for years now, and I just recently found out that you two were related. So
yeah. No,
I
that's
feel
like
like
my blood brother, my
right,
literal, like, same parents, same household, same genetics. You know what I mean? Like that's my brother.
right.
And
Yo, shout out. You
yeah,
already know,
yeah.
and it's
Nah,
crazy
he's
because I feel like me and you linked organically away from that. Like it wasn't your
yeah,
bro who introduced me. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
We
right.
linked. We linked organically. Right. So
Yeah.
nah, I think that's why it works. I think that's why it really works. But shout out, lot. You already know. You already know my fault.
No, no, no. It's all good, bro. I was just gonna say that like he was always bringing home shit, and I remember like I want to say the first thing that he brought, and it again, this is us just, we were kids, we're discovering this whole shit, and I think to him and to me simultaneously, um, I think it was Criss Cross, bro, real shit. The Criss Cross album, Totally Crossed Out, and
Mm,
he brought that shit home, and he was like, "Yo, you gotta peep this shit." And I was like, what? And like we went up in the fucking in the room, and we're looking at the, and I remember the fucking nostalgia of buying a CD or a tape and opening it and looking at the liner notes and the pictures and the fucking artwork, and the whole experience of copping new music was a fucking beautiful thing, and it was also something to be appreciated. But anyway, we was like, I remember like I wanted to fucking rock my pants backwards the next day. I thought that was like the coolest shit. I was like, yo, what the fuck, bro? Like this is crazy. But he was like, yo, bro, like we could do this, bro. Look at these guys are kids too. Like we could fucking do this, dog. And I was like, yo, we could do this. You know what I mean? And like that was the bug.
right.
I have to say that like Criss Cross was the bug that fucking created this whole shit. Not to say that like, yeah, and like not to say that, and like I would imagine that's like hardly a name anybody would expect for me to fucking drop in that regard.
Oh
But
nah,
like
bro. They were
real shit.
monumental though. They were
Yeah,
monumental
yeah.
for
I
their
remember
time,
hearing this.
bro.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Right. Right. And it was like, so like real shit. He was like, "Yo, crisscross, like we could be zigzag." And I was like,
Mm.
"Yo, zig!" Like we literally like then and there, we're like, "Yo, we're a crew now, and we're called Zigzag." You know what I mean? And like, not to
That's
mention, like
how it happens.
we was young, and we were like surrounded by like the weed culture, like all the uncles, everybody's growing the fucking bomb out in their fucking yards, and everybody, you know what I mean? So plus you got the Zigzag papers, so we was like, "Yo,
Mm.
like Zigzag, how fucking fresh is that?" You know what I mean? Yeah. So we jumped on board with that, and that was like the inception of the whole shit. And granted, I like over the years, me and Law Dog took very, not very, but like pretty different directions as far as our own artistic approach to shit. Granted,
Right.
like we've done a lot of stuff together, and we always support each other's shit. Um, but you know, like to me, what I would say, even like the secondary bug, like I remember um, back in the day, I was always like trying to be a good kid, and I'm the second born, and you know my older brother he was doing his thing, and I remember at the time like he was cutting school like all the time, and it was bugging my mom out, and it was pissing her off, and she was fucking losing her shit about it, and but she was basically like trying to buy his cooperation. She's like, yo, like you need to stop cutting school. You need to start like just go to school. Like I'll get you this just to go, to stop fucking running around in the street and just go to school. Stop hanging out with your fucking boys and I'm over here like being a good kid, like, yo, what the fuck? Like get me. I want some shit. I'm doing good. You know what I mean? Which is like a kid's mentality naturally, you know what I mean? But
Right.
so anyway, like the segues into this story is like one day I'm like, you know what, fuck it, bro. I'm a fucking cut school tomorrow. Like fuck this. I'm a fuck. You know what I mean? So long story short, I ended up like I get the homie to cut school with me, and we're like fucking dipping out. Like immediately, the fucking popo drives by, and we dip. Like we cut through the fucking, the bushes and fucking bolt on this cop. Like fucking, so instantaneously, we're like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like the heat was already on. But
Karma,
that
baby.
day, that day, my little fucking genius ass was like, yo, bro, like let's fucking hit up the mall. Like we out of school, let's go to whatever. So like, again, I was a little, I was on one that day. So me and the homie David, we go to the fucking mall. We're walking around, and me at this point, hip hop is like like not even pollute, like hip hop is like impregnated my brain, my mind state. Like literally, all I can think about is rap and fucking beats and the whole shit. So first thing I do is I go to this like department store, and I'm like, yo, I want to fucking go check out the music. And I'm looking at fucking tapes and CDs. And I remember I boosted a fucking pack of cigarettes and a fucking Public Enemy album. And
Let's go.
I walked out, thought I was fucking scot free. Yo, got popped, got fucking arrested, sixth grade. Fucking first and only time I'd ever cut school, got fucking caught and got arrested. Took to the station. Anyway, long story short, I remember like obviously they took the fucking merchandise back and shit. But that Public Enemy album, it stood out to me. I was like, yo, something about this. And then
Mm.
I went eventually and got the album. I think it was the It Takes a Nation of Millions. And started peeping that, and I was like, I heard the shit that Chuck was talking on there, and it was so different than anything I heard from Chris Cross or something like that. You know what I mean? And I was like, yo, man, this dude is like spreading awareness. This dude is really like got a message to this shit, and it was powerful to me. And something in me, it was very honorable about that. And it was very, I've always been, little disclaimer right here. I've always been heavily into martial arts. I'm deeply, deeply influenced by like samurai culture and
Mm.
the whole. I've read countless books on Bushido, the Hagakure, like all that shit, and I was very almost had this divine sense of purpose from a young age. You know what I mean? So then when I heard that, that was like, yo, like this is my calling. I'm meant to make hip hop music, and I'm meant to do it to like liberate minds, and like that's my sword right there. My tongue is my sword, and boom, you know what I mean? So that to me was more of the influential bug, but like the initial
Right.
bug that really like drew me in was definitely like Crisscross.
Right. So Crisscross opened the door, but then Public Enemy elevated and enlightened.
Yeah, yeah,
Right. Nah, I could see that, bro. It was a hell of a time, man.
yeah,
That was a crazy time. Like I'm born in '87, so I'm a little bit after that. But it was. I remember, bro. I remember being younger and not being allowed in my older cousin's room. Right, because I'm
yeah,
considerably younger than all of them. They're all teenagers at this point. I'm probably like, I don't know, fucking 8 or 9 years old or some shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I just remember getting glimpses. So I would wait outside the door because they be listening to music, and I was attracted to the music. So I would wait outside the door, and
Right,
I remember them coming in and out every once in a while, and I'm getting glimpses, and I'm just seeing posters on the wall. You
right,
know what I'm saying? It's a very vivid memory of just kind of like one of the first just introductions to hip hop music and really how it brings people together.
right,
Because
right.
in the 90s people listened to albums together. You'd go to
Facts.
your friend's house and there'd be five of you and you're listening to the new album together. I don't know if that happens anymore, but
Right,
um
right. Yeah, I,
it
I
was
I
real
wonder
communal,
about that all the time too.
you know? It was a hell of a fucking time and yeah, man. I just, listen, things are good the way they are now. It's way more power to the you know.
Yeah, yeah. It's all about perception. You know what I mean? Like you can sit
Right,
here all
right,
day and be like,
right.
yo, like back in the old school, like everything's gone to shit now. We used to blah blah blah. But then it's like then you just sound like the old heads when we was young. You call that music? This ain't fucking music, blah blah blah, like the whole shit. And it's like there's truth to it, 100%. But at the same time, it's like I'll bring it back to again the appreciation and the attitude of gratitude. You know what I mean? It's like you could sit here. I say this all the time. I'll tell this to my daughter. I tell this to my wife. I'll tell this to my family, like the homies, whatever. It's like, bro, people used to tell me like if I go out and I'm looking for beef, I'm gonna find it because I would want to like if I'm trying to find a fight, I'm trying to find some heat to get into, like it's gonna be there. It's readily available. So I always say like if you really want to split hairs about literally anything, you can find a hair to split and you can make some shit to be adverse to another opinion or whatever. But at the end of the day, if you're open, you're receptive, you're perceptive. You could be like, hey, like Guru just said, man. It can go either way. There's good and bad about it. You know what I mean? Like, granted, I'm sure like those of us miss the nostalgia of it. We're like, man, like sitting around and rolling one up with the homies and like spitting in a circle cipher and
Right,
listening to the
right.
new fucking Nas album like that. That'll never be like that again. But also, I'm a father now. I'm running a business. I'm doing my own shit. I got a family. I don't know what a motherfucking 14, 15-year-old hip hop head is doing right now. I don't know that. Like
Right.
they might be getting together and one of
I,
them breaks out their phone and is like, "Yo, check out this new fucking Muggs
I
on Drug
I don't know
shit." And
about
they were like,
15
"Yo,
year
dope, bro.
olds,
Like, let's fucking
but nah,
twist
for
one to this
sure.
and like take it to the head." And like, it's
Nah, it's true. You dead right. You dead right though.
yo, what you just said holds so true because I've been saying that to kind of in the same regard, but in a different degree. Like look at music in general. Like in those days, like a lot of songs had three verses. You know what I mean? Like you like dudes would come in with three fucking verses, 3/16s or whatever, and like a song was fucking like would go and you would listen to like now like third verses have almost become extinct. Like they literally just like got cut off of songs. Like people just do like a verse, a hook, a little something, a bridge, another verse, and ride it out. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it's a one long verse. Sometimes it's no hook. Sometimes it's one short verse. Sometimes it's 4 bars, the hook 6 times, a fucking 2 bar bridge, and a hook 6 times again. And then you know what I mean. So it's like I think that just the scrolling, the social media, like boom, instant gratification, what's next type of shit has that's the society, that's the life, that's the world that we live in. Exactly, that's that dopamine, bam, bam, bam. Like all right, like what's next? You know what I mean? But it's also, but on the flip side of that, I do see there's kind of a renaissance happening in hip hop right now. You know what I mean? Like we went through, and we're still in a era of like where a lot of the shit, what we call mainstream, a lot of the shit that's supported at the we could say the record labels and the major players in the industry are pumping garbage. You know what I mean? And it's awful bullshit, and it's fucking very very directly geared towards a certain audience with a certain type of message in it or lack thereof, and a certain type of demographic and a certain type of mindset that goes with that. But there's also with the birth of technology and the age that we have it now, like we have access to literally everything at your fingertips. It's you carrying a computer in your pocket, and like you can turn it on and get spoon fed the rhetoric and the same shit, but you could just as easily, eavesdrop somebody, be like, yo, you hear that fucking Maddox? You hear that da da da? Like, oh, like who? Like, yeah, oh, you ain't never heard of fucking Griselda? Oh
Right.
no,
Yo,
you ain't
it's a
never
good
heard of
point.
fucking the umbrella, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? And be like, you could take it upon yourself in that moment to be like, yo, I'm gonna look that shit up real quick, and then boom, like that's instant access. That person, if you fuck with them, now instantly has another listener, another supporter that may
Right.
have
For
not have
sure.
had that avenue in those days. You know what I mean? So, granted, a stream gets you fucking point 0.0001 cents per play or some shit, and that's a whole other thing, about the music, its accessibility now. But it's still
I
it's
feel like
crazy. Like I said, it could go either
so
way,
as
whichever
much as
way
I
you
might
want to
complain
split the
about the
hairs.
underground, the current status of the underground, how saturated it is, whatever. As much as I might complain about it, I feel like this is the only time in the last shit. I mean, I don't know ever. In the last long time that rappers over a certain age are still getting on. It wasn't but 5 years ago. It wasn't but 5 years ago. They were telling rappers who was over 30 to stop rapping.
Right.
They was telling niggas who was over the age of 30 to stop rapping. Pack it up. But now,
Facts.
but
Facts. Yeah.
now, 5, 6 years later, we have
Yeah.
so many examples
Yeah.
of dudes who are over 40 getting money, popular, just as popular as some of these young boys are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that is probably one of the best things about the Renaissance. Like
Facts.
for the longest
Yeah.
time, man, there was no metaphorical back end to this hip hop
100%.
shit for dudes who got past a certain age. Even if you saw success, we see what happened to G Dep. We see what happened to Black Rob. These dudes, they saw success for whatever vices they had in life. These gentlemen saw success. Now, granted, they was under Diddy's thumb and shit looks crazy over there right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro. It's like
Yeah. That's
I think for the first time
right. Right.
ever, we're seeing uh not we're seeing, but the world is seeing the value in some of these rappers who aren't young rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me tell you something. You know how good I felt to see Rock Marcy get that deal, bro?
Right. Right.
You know how good I felt, bro? I don't know that nigga. Shout to Rock Marcy. I don't know him.
Yeah.
I got nothing but
Facts.
respect for him. But I know how long
Yeah.
he's been at it. And he made a
Yeah.
post where he said, he made a
Right. Right.
post where he said that he makes music. He would do this
Right.
shit for free because he did it for free for so long, and it's never been about the money. But now he's here. You know what I'm saying, bro? I remember it. I watched it years,
Right.
bro. We talking about like
Right. Yeah.
a dub of being active. 20,
Yeah.
20 of
100%.
being
Hundred
active in this
percent.
shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
now he's getting right,
Yeah.
right, bro. So it's like,
Yeah. With no
oh
reward for
man,
it.
I was happy to see that
At
shit,
least
bro. I
no
really
no
was.
tangible reward at that
You know,
time. You know what I mean? 100%, bro. And it's shit like exactly like those examples that keep a motherfucker like me going, bro. Like I think about it, I got physical
right,
albums that
right,
I think about now that's 15,
for
16 years
sure,
old,
for
bro.
sure.
I was putting out albums 16 fucking years ago. You know what I mean? And I've been active. And there's, granted, I had a little run that I was doing some fucking numbers and I was doing some real shit and I was doing really well, to be honest. But I got signed, I got a fucking deal, and my manager fucking button hooked me and pulled your stereotypical standard industry story, like robbed the motherfucker and put me in a tough spot. And to this day, I still took the L on that. You know what I mean? But I flipped that L into a lesson. You know what I mean? So, like, granted, because of that, there was a 2 or 3 year hiatus I took because I was so hurt, bro. I was so burnt by the whole fucking experience because I got to this level and I fucking worked my ass off to get to this level to where I'm getting deals thrown across the desk at me. I'm getting fucking opportunities to do major crazy shit that I only could have fucking dreamed of as a younger dude. And this shit was starting to come to fruition. I mean, this is not even including like the touring and the headlining in Europe and the UK and fucking Canada and all these tours and all these shows and festivals and crazy shit I did that was just on the self-made hustle and the grind and the ethics. But like as that was happening, I had this little run where, like I said, I got signed. I did this little album called Righteous Fury, and that's when I was on Red Phone Records. And my manager, you know, despite everything that happened, I'm not gonna dirty up that man's name. At the time, we were friends. I believed we were friends. He was a good man. I met his kids. We helped each other out. Um, the way that it ended is unfortunate, but again, I'm not one to sit here and talk on a man who can't defend himself. I'm just gonna say it's unfortunate, but like we had deals come across the desk where like so 713 Music Group was a subsidiary of Gracie Productions. Gracie Productions was in direct management of Slaughterhouse at the time. So like they was like, yo, like you about to be touring the country with Royce, Joe, Joel, and fucking Crooked. And I was like, you gonna be opening up for fucking Slaughterhouse and like these hundreds of fucking cities and shit. And I was like, damn, like it came out of you know what I mean? Like out the blue to where I was even hooking up with their manager with getting them fucking like merch made, you know what I mean? All kinds of crazy shit. And printing up fucking slaughterhouse hoodies and crazy shit, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it was it was a lot to go through, but to get to this point and then to bring it full circle and to see that having gone through all that and having taken that L and that, my manager at the time, just to kind of clarify, he passed away, and so there wasn't really any closure to all of that for me. But it is what it is. Again, like I don't want to slander the man's name, but at the time of Red Phone Records, we were doing some cool shit, and but to see now going through all that, that's all part of my Rock Marcy story. You know what I mean? Like I'm not seeing the numbers may want to see right now, and I feel like I'm doing this shit for free. If anything, sometimes I feel like I'm paying to do this shit. You know what I mean? But I would do that regardless. Hence why I am doing it the way I'm doing it right now. You know what I mean?
Nah, for sure. We live in a time where it's play, man.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and it just to tie it into what we were saying, like with this renaissance we're in now, like we seeing dudes that are well into their 40s that are having lucrative careers, that are building
Right.
loyal fan bases of listeners, that are creating fucking dope ass music, and doing it, being able to do it completely independent, doing it their own way, and doing it at their own pace, their own leisure, whatever. You know what I mean? Some dudes are like on their like fucking nose to the grindstone every single day, pumping shit out. Some dudes are taking a different approach, but being able to have that kind of response and have the accessibility to these platforms, like I'm still in a position where I'm trying to learn the best ways in which to utilize the shit. But that's also a transition of being an old school cat that's not really like hella hip on fucking social media shit and creating, being a content creator. To me, coming up as an artist, my content was always the art. You know what I mean? And now I'm like, I don't know how to fucking make like cool little fucking catchy reels to get 300,000 motherfuckers to watch my shit. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like I'm gonna keep doing the fucking
Nah,
music
for
to the
sure,
best of
bro.
my
And you know
ability,
what?
and
Listen, this is the thing
enjoying
about
it,
it.
enjoying the
Um,
ride.
we live in the pay to play era. That's just how it goes. And I'm starting to notice that even more. I'm the same way. This is the first 8 months, 9 months, 10 months that I've come around to the idea of even being active on social media. Because at the end of the day, before this, I didn't give a fuck about social media. Like, yeah, we on Instagram and we'll post some shit and it makes you feel good for the moment. But then you'll scroll and you'll see some bullshit or there'll be somebody in the comments. It's too the emotions on social media are too volatile in too short of amount of time for me. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll have you topsy turvy before you even get into work. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, bro, like I'm just coming
Right,
around
right,
to the
right.
idea of it.
Yeah,
But you know what had to happen? I had to realize that it truly is a tool. And it's a tool because what we see on social media is what people want
yeah,
us to see. It wouldn't be a tool if we was just Truman showing everybody's life. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be a fucking tool.
100%.
Right.
Right, right. And truthfully, it would be whack. Yeah,
I think, because it is that, and because
right,
I've
100%.
realized that that is how it has to be worked, it almost, I don't know, man. I'm not a slow learner, but I learn at my own pace. Some things like, yo, I remember one of my friends from a long time ago, we're rapping a while, right? He's like, yo, bro, you need to be on already. You need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. And I'm like, I'm hearing him, but he's telling me this because that's what we see is working for other people. And in my heart, I knew this is not the time. I'm not making the right music right now. Ba ba ba. You know what I'm saying? So I just think, I don't know, man.
Say that I think another element too that adds a little bit of a learning curve for cats like us is like, I could say at least for you and I, like we're technicians of an audible, we're an audio artist. You know what I mean? For the most part, what we're doing is we're exploring the soundscape of this vibration that we exist in,
Right,
and we're sending
right,
things out
for sure.
in hertz and kilohertz and all these things, and the energy is something that you hear and you absorb it through your ears, and it makes you feel a certain way, and it empowers you or it breaks you down and makes you cry, whatever it is. It's a powerful, powerful thing. But what social media has done has given us this challenge of being, because the truth of it
Right.
is, it's like nobody's sitting on social media like flipping through the fucking, like on like IG, like all these things. Like, we're reading the comments. We're not listening to the comments. We're looking at the pictures. We're looking at the reels and the videos. We're watching shit. It's all a visual stimulant.
Right.
It's visual dopamine. And we're trying to segue from an audio creative
Right.
source. We're creating an audio brand in a visual fucking
Mm.
playground, so to speak. You know what I mean? So like we bringing a fucking basketball to a baseball diamond and trying
Right.
to figure out how to
Right.
play this
No, that
game.
makes sense.
And it's that's kind of how I feel about it. So like there's times where, and I'm a
Right.
competitive person to begin with, and I'm, unfortunately, to my own myself, in a almost like a self-destructive kind of way. I compare. I'm always comparing shit, which is an unhealthy trait and an unhealthy characteristic of mine. Because like you were saying earlier, I might post something that I think, yo, this is fucking fire. Like, I'm hella proud of this shit. I've worked really hard on this. This sounds incredible to me. I'm saying some real shit. I wrote this. I went back and revised it and re fucking touched it up. I changed the last verse. But the whole thing, we created this artwork and we're presenting it, and we know what we put into it, and we just want people to feel what we felt in that, in our golden era growing up, like when we copped that fucking Dr. Dre CD or whatever and opened it up and put it in and was like, yo, like this is fucking crazy. And like, but we want, would like love if people had that same visceral connection with my shit, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'll get on and I'll post some shit, and I know what I put into it. I know the amount of effort and energy and time it took to do that. And then I'm like, all right, I posted it. I'm now on the platform. I'm scrolling around and I'm seeing this fucking booty dude from God knows where posting his corny shit. And the first thing my eye looks at is how many likes this dude got. Oh, this dude got fucking 14,364 likes. My shit got 3. Like, whether we acknowledge it or not, on some subliminal level, I would imagine
Right.
there's
Right.
some subconscious diet,
That's how we got a program. That's the format.
yeah,
That's the format. I'll say this. I'll say this. And I'll say this right now. Whoever says that comparison is the thief of joy is crazy. This is
yeah,
my take on that. This is my take on that. Comparison is all we have. Comparison is survival. You
right,
understand?
yeah,
Comparison is survival. That's how we've evolved. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is the issue. This is the issue. When you're comparing yourself and not your skill. I'm not talking about comparing who I am to who he is. I'm talking about comparing my skill to his skill. This is my thing. It's a slippery slope. But you have to be, when you start to compare yourself to somebody, you have to be an adult about it. And you got to be standing outside of your house and looking at your house while you're comparing yourself to somebody else's house. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are unwilling to admit to themselves the reason why when I compare myself to somebody and I feel like shit is because I'm not doing what I should be doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not checking the I'm not checking the boxes in my life to be like this. So there really is no comparison. That's where you fall short. Is because you're comparing yourself to somebody, but there is no comparison for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I compare myself to people every day because I'm the type of person that sharpens me. You know what I'm saying? If I see somebody and I'm like, "Oh, damn, son is moving crazy. I got to get better." I don't have to copy what he's doing. I don't have to copy what he's doing at all, but
right,
I have to get better at what I do, and that's why comparison pushes me. So I understand because a lot of people they'll slip down that slope of comparing themselves to somebody, but you're not doing enough to compare yourself to somebody. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of times I'm like, yo, damn, the same way you talking about it, bro. I'm like, yo, damn, and it's not hate. You just
Yeah.
pondering to yourself, like, son is here and I'm here, and I know that this might be
Right.
this
Right.
might be edging him out. I might be doing
Word.
something that's edging him out, and I'm still. But that's, first of all, that's the universe. Number two, we don't know what son did to get there, because niggas is willing to do crazy things these days. And number three, it's like you gotta, everything in due time. Everything in due time. You know what
Facts.
I'm saying? But I get it, bro. I get it. But I just don't believe that comparison is the thief of joy. I believe that
Yeah.
comparison should be motivation. You know what I'm saying?
I
But it's not
believe I
that
believe
easy.
what you're saying, but I believe it can go both ways. And based on the explanation you just gave though. So like my comparison, I work in the same way that you described of yourself. It's like if I see how some moving like this, it motivates me. I'm like, oh, like word, like okay, like I'm gonna go even harder. I'm gonna fucking do this and I'm gonna do like in my own way. I'm not gonna copy nobody's fucking shit, but I'm gonna do my shit. I'm gonna make sure like now I know because of that comparison what I'm up against. I keep a healthy finger on the pulse of what's going on comparatively to be able to bring my best, my A game. Like if I can't compare, like I relate this hip hop shit to martial arts and shit because that's a big part of my life as well. But like if I got a fight coming up, I want to know my opponent's fighting style. I want to know if this dude is a fucking grappler and I'm over here training Muay Thai for 6 weeks. Like I'm not fucking comparing the right things. I'm comparing apples to oranges and shit. So like, but there exactly know thyself, know thy enemy. But also there's a thing that's like fucking Google was pointing out too, or at least drawing like calling attention to is like that other side of it to where like you can easily slip down that slope of comparing it from a negative perspective and being like, yo, like, why this dude got that and why don't I? And fucking boom, boom, then does fall into that ego territory. And then it does fall into like a whole other fucking spiral of shit. You know what I mean? I'm sure I would imagine most artists have been on either side of that coin. You know what I
Listen,
mean?
of course, bro, of course. And it's like, yeah, I'm not, listen, man. When I speak, um, when I speak firmly about something, it's not like I've been through it, bro. We've all,
Yeah,
anybody who says that they've never dealt with jealousy, then you're just lying,
right,
bro. That's not
right,
the human condition.
right.
Cain killed Abel, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's not the human
Yep.
condition. We are jealous. We are jealous beings. You know what I'm saying? Like we can get into the deep shit about evolution and how, you know what I'm saying, fucking sapiens fucking wiped out Neanderthals and like just crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? But nah,
Right.
I totally agree. I hear, that's the thing about it. I've been on both sides, bro. I've been on both sides.
Yeah.
I've been on the side where it's like, how the fuck am I not where that person is? But then when you get those thoughts, you have to realize that there's a couple factors. There's a couple factors that factor into why you're asking yourself this, and then there's a couple factors that factor into, like, we just don't know. We don't know.
Right.
I don't know what the
No,
next
it's like
person
you
is
said, you
doing.
don't know what that dude did.
Do you know
And
what I'm saying? For real.
exactly. I 100% agree, man.
Do you know? But what was I gonna
Yo,
say?
real quick, I'll say too,
Yeah,
just to close that out, it's like you said, okay, so when you judge things, like as humans, we gotta judge things. Like you gotta compare. Comparative.
right,
You're gonna compare things. So it's not necessarily the issue. The issue is how you feel when you compare things.
right, right,
And that's really the issue.
Right.
The issue is the emotion we tie to things. Like my example would be road rage. Like road rage is really like we get really angry when we get in the car, right? But what might it be? It might be
Right.
subconsciously you feel like this person put you in danger. It might be that,
Right. Right.
right? To
Right.
a subconscious level, you're like, yo, this person tried to kill me, and that's why I'm angry. Okay, well, if you
Right.
start assigning emotion to things, okay, so let's take it over to comparing, right? Like you said, as artists, you might be like, no, I deserve to be here. My art's gonna get me there. You look at some bozo that don't care about his art; he's already there. I've compared and added emotional tether to it. You know what I mean? So it wasn't
Right.
really the
Yeah.
action of comparing. We got to compare. You got to compare cars. You got to compare bitches. You got to compare food. We got to. But it's like it's the emotion we tie to all the things we do that make the thing move a certain way. You know what I mean? So you put a negative feel to it, it's gonna move negative. You put a
Word.
positive feel
Word.
to it, yeah.
Word. No,
Agreed.
that's well put. 100%. Yeah.
Shit is crazy, and it don't make it any easier. And you know what the funny thing is? It's like whoever's listening to this, you're hearing this from guys who are in their mid-30s and older. You know what I'm saying? So we come from the
Yeah.
generation where we didn't rely on the phone. We didn't rely
Right.
on the internet. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, you had to like yo, I'll put it to you like this. If your house had a computer and you had dial-up internet when it first came out, then yeah, you there was some type of funds in your crib, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Yeah.
Like,
right. No funny, no funny.
you know what I'm
Yeah, you
saying?
had it going
So
on for a hot second.
right. Like
For real.
I remember a lady used to watch me after school. Her kids had that she got a computer for her kids and they would be on instant messenger. And yo,
Mm-hmm.
bro,
Yeah.
they were so hooked on instant messenger, like she forced them to let me go on for like 5 minutes one time. That was the first
And it
screen name
was
I ever made. But as soon as I made my screen name, I got booted off because it was, listen, it was their crib, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Like I just remember
Yeah.
like the struggle to just connect to the internet to go to a website. Now everybody's
Facts.
got the world at their fingertips with these things, and they cost $1,500.
And even what you
Yeah.
just said, it's like we used to dial up. It's like that shit might take 5 minutes, and then it still might not work, right? So, what's your expectations? Like, okay, I'll be lucky to get on this shit, right? Like, I sure might be really extra hyped that I got on it because sometimes it just craps out. Fast forward is like, the kids don't, you barely are detached from the internet. You barely are away from the internet without IG and all this other shit. So it's like, yo, you
Yeah.
take everything for granted. Everything you have, you take for granted. Young one,
Right.
you
Fucking
know.
Skynet,
Right.
bro.
Right. Yeah.
I'm telling
Hell
you,
yeah, man.
And to that point, like
That's
bro, there's a lot of shit as a kid I took for granted, right? I mean, there's a lot of shit in our generation we took, yo-yos and video and
yeah.
certain other shit. Now they take like it's getting bigger though. The thing we take for granted is time, you know.
Yeah, you know why
Facts,
I think
man.
that is, man? And I think it's on a biological level, not to get too crazy. I think it's because we don't gestate long enough in our mothers, and it takes a very long time for us to reach in the scheme of mammals from birth to being able to self-sustain. It takes a very long time for us to be able to self-sustain. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
Hundred
deer come
percent.
out, they can walk, kangaroos hop along.
They're
We the
good.
only ones. We
The
come
next
out this
day
shit.
they moving around. You know what I'm
That's real
saying?
talk, bro. We the only ones. We gotta
Right.
stay
We
with
come
that
out. We
routine.
we helpless a motherfucker, bro. Like
For mad
we
years though. For mad
And, I, and
years
what do you
though.
think the benefit
years.
of that was, right? Like, because it's like obviously, okay, like you said, you look at the world. There's other predators. What's the benefit of having this baby that can't fend for itself?
So this is I'm gonna tell you right now. It's not that. So we did at one point we did gestate longer, but we gestated for so long that our heads were barely passable. Newborn crowns were barely passable, and the death rate for the baby and the mother was through the roof. This is way before modern medicine. It's very, very long time before modern medicine. You know what I'm talking about? So um babies were bigger. So natural selection, evolution, you gestate for a shorter time, the babies are smaller, they're more malleable. That's why when a baby comes out, my daughter, my newborn, she got a peanut head, bro, because she was molded coming out because they're young.
And we got to be talking about what hundreds of thousands of years ago type of shit.
Millions of years ago, probably
Right,
by now. By
right.
now, millions of years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
that's what,
And then, but then the crazy shit, like that little malleable skull, that little helpless fucking for the next 8 years, like that's the apex predator, bro. That's the fucking, you know what I mean? What's
and you want
crazy,
to know
but
why?
not from a nat, like until we had obviously, like again, we could break it down like going back and back, like until the discovery of tools and whoop de whoop and
Right.
fire and etc. But like from a natural selection point of view, yeah, we're not in the apex. We out in the wild, butt naked, like fucking without the knowledge of tools. we definitely drop several slots on that fucking list. You know what I mean? But
Oh, for sure.
it's a whole crazy fucking thing to think of, man. It's crazy.
Right. And when you think of, whoever listens to this, whoever is an avid listener of this show, they know that I talk about the past a lot. So it's like, yeah, it's oh man, it's a crazy thing to think about how many people have been on the earth and just how minuscule but how very important each life is. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I think about that all the time. I think about that down to like crazy, like just look at some. Okay, like we got fucking a tomato. Like who? Like somebody at some point had to be like, "Yo, what is this thing? I'm gonna put it in my mouth." And like, how
Right.
many people tried the tomato, and how many people tried the fucking poison berries? And you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, it's years and like case after case after case that finally it started to become documented, and finally it started to become you know, uh, like genetic, where we just like that whole shit. I don't know if y'all heard about some shit. I don't know exactly what it's called, but we're like, you know, a million rats drown in Paris, and then all of a sudden there's like this fucking vibrational shit. Like the rats in Peru are now know how to fucking swim. You know what I'm saying? Like they've
Right.
never even been to fucking Paris. They never met not a one of those fucking rats from Europe, but for some reason they have this fucking innate knowledge now of how to fucking kick their hands and feet and get up out their fucking face up out of the water. You know what I mean? It's crazy. There's crazy shit to go into with that too. But um, I think about that kind of stuff all the time, man. Like who, how was the first fucking experience of cooked meat?
Right.
Like somebody just found like a burnt animal and was like, "Yo, this smells kind of fucking fresh." You know what I mean? This smells kind of good,
Right.
and or whatever. Like there's so many things that we could break down with that, and it's crazy to think about, bro. But you're absolutely right. How like it seems minuscule, but each individual experience is critical, man.
Right. It's very I don't know, man. It's it's so hard to explain because it's like a concept that you think about all the time, but you can't completely grasp. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Um,
right.
what were we talking about? So I'm trying to. I just before I say it, I want to get my facts right. But the biggest black hole in our galaxy or our solar system or something like that, they just found out that it has water in it, right? And the amount of water that's in this black hole is like something trillion times the amount of water that's on the planet Earth.
Yeah,
When you hear shit like that, it's like, yo, when you hear things like that, it doesn't make sense. You can't quantify that. And somehow they do, they put a number on it, whatever, but you can't really quantify the fact that this black hole has enough water to make all the oceans, all of the water on this planet look like a drop.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just yeah, it's shit like that. We could really get crazy. But listen, you sent me a couple tracks. I want the people to hear the music, man, because I think you are such a unique artist and you're so versatile. And I've told you that before, bro. You're so versatile and I appreciate that about you. I want to get into some of these tracks. You let me know what track you want to hear first.
Oh man, we may as well jump off with the legacy joint, man. For
Got
yours truly.
Got you. Let me load that up right damn now. This
And
was
I
a
appreciate I appreciate what you said as well, man. Thank you.
oh man, you already know, bro. This is a banger. Me and the bro Matt Maddox on. Shout out to Level 13. We got him booked.
Yo,
He gonna
yo.
be on the show. Yeah, bro, for sure. Listen, this year's been a crazy year for us. I mean it's a new year now, but last year was a crazy year. We just started coming back around into things and yeah, I just I'm appreciative of all the new people who we've met and who we are building alliances with. You know what I'm saying? But hold on, let me find this thing right now. Gotta go to this shit because my whole computer, I had to wipe out this whole shit. I downloaded the damn. There we go. I downloaded the damn. Oh, is this play? I hope this shit's gonna play. Wait. Uh, Come on now.
Yeah, if not, I mean, shout out Level 13. That fucking Mad Levels album just dropped like a month
Crazy.
ago or something like that.
Crazy. Did numbers. If you don't know, do your research. Shit was doing double-digit thousands in days. Shit did numbers. Stop
Oh
playing
man,
with them. Stop playing with them, bro.
nah,
All
I
right.
appreciate it, man.
You already know. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna hit the button. This is Legacies. Matt Maddox featuring yours truly, MOD. Let's see if this works.
Yeah. Something like, yo, Ox, I got you. Let's cook. It's all about the time and pace. We can't get back the time we waste. It's evil that goes sign your fate. Phenobarbital, barbiturate overhaul. You nosy and know it all. 10 down, I answered the call still. Carolina blue M4, that bitch a Tar Heel. Speeding in the rain. Cameraman adjust the angle. Picture perfect in the frame. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? A broader scope, a deeper aim. The cocaine shimmer like a Lisa Frank sticker. Wild how they pay for pain. This shit is legacy. Children carry on the name. The dream was never tarnished, so I have to push it farther than the reachings of your average martyr. I won't die in vain. Niggas reaching with those average bars. A funny way to leave you. Ain't it funny how I read you? I'm not sitting through the sequel, nigga, I paint pictures too. Niggas learn the hard way on Channel 5 from me to you. So in those times when it's left unsaid, it's free to lose. It's free to lose. The road reprise when I step back in, those are my shoes. Who could question what my lane is? All these lessons came from pain, and people shape shift just the same. Just the same.
Still ain't get my payday, I want my Dre Day. I need a vacay and a mixtape by K Slay. Y'all'll make a sex tape with Ray J. My melee is spray straight at your face, your brains vacate saying Mayday. Put the eye into the man like Tony Stark, holding his chest. No, it ain't a test, we seeing homie's heart. If he got it or not, like Joan of Arc, rolling smart from the start. My bros is total oligarchs. Power and respect come for a chosen few. All depending on if you do what you supposed to do. Be wary who you keeping close to you. I ain't worried what they say. I can look in their eyes and they'll expose the truth. This flow is Goku throwing blows with boo. You and your folks is fools coasting through like an ocean cruise. Boasting juice, but you just don't produce. When the chickens come home to roost, the truth's, you know, golden goose. If you ain't loyal to the soil, I'll expose your roots. Ain't rapping Poyo, just some oil and some foil inside the toil. My boys all 10 toes and soldier boots. You capping like you a captain. The fact is, it ain't no recruits. So don't ever disrespect the family. Lock the door, forget if you get to. Bitches, now you can't leave. What's left is the question, is your lesson absorbed? If you ready for war, then what's your plan B? What's your plan B?
Let's go.
Let's
go. Yo, all right, a little bit about that track, right? So, me and Ox linked up, right? He's like, yo, bro, respect what you doing. I said, yo, respect what you doing, bro. Bye, bye, bye. Say less. He said, I'm gonna send you this track. I'm working on this album. I'm gonna send you 3 beats, right? You tell me which beats you want to use. Now, first off, that's crazy. That's big. That's a lot of trust, and that's a lot of respect shown for somebody to say, yo, I'm working on this album. I want you to be on the album. I'm going to send you 3 of these beats. Because usually it's like, yo, I had this 1 beat in mind. He sent me 3 beats. So it could have been any beat. I picked this beat, and this beat became a song on his album. And I respect you, and I appreciate you for that, bro. Real talk. You know what I'm saying?
Likewise, man. I was happy that you was able to be a part of it. Real shit, man.
Listen, that shit came out crazy. Shout out to Level 13. He's an absolute beast, man. The whole album is crazy. And yeah, bro, I just think I think the link is meant to be. Sometimes I believe that sometimes, things happen for a reason. A lot of
100%,
the time,
100%.
matter of fact, things happen for a reason, and this is one
Hey,
of those
listen, you know
things.
what I say, man? Everything happened for a reason, and the
The
universe works
universe
for us.
works
Let's
for
go.
me. Right.
Let's go.
Right. Nah, for real.
Yeah, and you know what? That reason might not always be clear at the time that something is happening. You know what I mean? But
Big
there's
facts.
definitely a reason behind it.
Right.
Like we've
Nah.
missed shows. I was like mad as fuck trying to go to this show. It's like, but who knows? Maybe we're supposed to miss that show. Which for me is for me,
Yeah,
right? So like,
yeah. Yep.
I believe that shit wholeheartedly, man. And especially as I get older, I become superstitious, bro. I don't know what the fuck happened to me. I don't like escalators. I don't like elevators. I become OD superstitious, bro. And it's not like paranoia or reclusiveness because I don't mind being outside. I don't mind talking to people. It's like I just don't trust a lot of shit.
Yeah.
A lot of shit that we
Well,
could trust back in the day, you can't trust now. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Well, and I mean, and truth be told, the answer is in the question that you just posed, man. It's that like you really it's something that sometimes goes without explanation, bro. Like you just that gut feeling, like you was like Google was just saying, like you might wanted to really go to a show, something happened, whoop de whoop, boom, you can't go, like you feel a certain way about it. Like I remember I used to get these fucking bugged out feelings all the time back in the day, and I remember this one time, like I wanted to go hit this party with the homies, and we was all getting ready to go. And then like at the last minute, I was like, you know what, man? Like I don't know, nah, I'm gonna fucking sit this one out. And they was like, what, man? Like we rolling, bro. I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. Y'all go have fun. Y'all go do your shit. And then like a couple of the real close homies was like, nah, you know what? Like fuck that party anyway. Like we'll just kick it here, whatever. And then like find out the next morning, like 5-0 rolled through heavy and locked up like 30 motherfuckers or some shit. You know what I mean? And like it was all the people that we would have just went with. So like we would have
Right.
got knocked too. You know what I mean?
For
And
real.
like at the time being, it felt like I was, I could have went, I should have went, blah blah blah, whatever. And then like the truth reveals itself after, like, nah, bro, the reason you didn't go is because you had that gut feeling that you couldn't trust something, and
real
what you
talk.
couldn't trust was the activities of people that you was gonna be around, and the fucking fact that they got fucking rolled up on and fucking boom, So
That's a
just
fact.
instances like that, man. But I get you like kind of with the superstition shit too. But I mean, it is what it is, man. I've had to develop new relationships with certain parts of myself,
For
and
sure.
just I've tried to relinquish my desire for as much control as I tell myself I would like to have.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good
There's
point.
certain shit that I feel like I would love to be able to just dictate A, B, and C, but that's on the universe. That's not on me, bro. And like eventually I'm just a conduit for the universe to communicate through. So I'm just like, hey, bro, I'm gonna do what I do. And it saves me the heartache, it saves me the anxiety, it saves me the aggression, all these things that like I would
Mm-hmm.
rather do without in my body, and just be like, hey man,
Mm-hmm.
like that's beyond my control. I'm not even gonna fuck with trying to control it and like
Mm-hmm.
just miss me with that whole shit. I'm over here. You know what I mean?
Bro, that's real talk. And, to that point, it's like, yo, there's a lot to get upset about. But if you start realizing, okay, what can I do? What can I do to better it? Then you'll do that,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then I won because the other stuff is like, listen, it's out of control, right? The world's on fire all the time. But in the pocket
Yeah,
universe I live in, what can I do to better myself every day? And then you focus on that, and you feel better because everything else is like, yeah, the negative. You start feeding that negative, and you be in a cycle of, oh, I'm down. So I
yep,
appreciate what you said right there.
yeah. It's real easy for that shit to like snowball too. You know what I mean? And it takes me back to what I was saying a little bit earlier in this interview about like the splitting hairs. You can sit there and fucking split it down to the like nano fucking molecular level of what you want to control, what you want, and then Another thing I've had to develop a new relationship with is my sense of expectation. Not only what I expect of
Mm.
myself, but my expectations in general. I've fucked with a lot of people for a lot of years, and
Right.
I was getting let down. I was getting hurt. I was getting pissed off because
Mm-hmm.
I'm a ride or die motherfucker for my people, bro. Like you call me 3 in the morning, like it's some shit. Like I'm gonna grab my shit and let's fucking handle it. And I had that same expectation that these people was gonna do the same for me. And
Mm-hmm.
some times came up, some opportunities for me to be taught a lesson through the universe arose, and it proved that that wasn't the case. And I had to, instead of changing my expectation of like, oh, everybody should be putting in the same 10 that I put in. Like it's not like when you go to the gym, bro. Like not everybody works out to the same intensity or the same degree that you
Right.
do. Every
Right.
and don't mean they ain't working. It just means they
Right.
doing it their
They're
way
on a
and
different pace. Right. They're not on the same. Right.
exactly.
Or to your
So
point, it's
like
like
I
you're
would be
more
like, yo,
thorough than
I
them, to be
fucking
honest.
yeah. But like I would do. There's not a lot I wouldn't do for like I don't entertain the thought of keeping a big circle. I keep a real tight knit of people that I genuinely give a fuck about. You know what I mean? Like there's
Right.
acquaintances and there's the people that like I'm cool with, whatever.
Right.
But there's like select people that like really it's really real. And I had to define that in a real way because I thought that that circle might have been a little bit larger at some point in when time and time again has proven that that's not the case, and it's beyond me to imagine that as a mutual circumstance. So I'm like, you know what, like it is what it is. I'm not changing who I am. I'm just gonna understand that me expecting so and so to do so and so or meet me halfway isn't realistic, and it's not anything wrong on their part. It's not anything bad on them. It's not nothing of that. It's me developing a new relationship with my
Right.
own expectation of what I have for them. So I'm like, all right, like cool, like that. He ain't a bad dude, but you know what? Like I know that if some dudes is talking shit and it's looking like I'm gonna fight 5 dudes outside the club or outside the bar, I'm not gonna call this dude because he's showed me already, and that's not in his character. And
Right.
like all the power to him. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna slight him for it, but I'm also not gonna expect that anymore. You know what I mean? So
Bro, that's so real, man. I love when like conversations here will line up perfect with something I've experienced on my own, right? Like, so my mother asked me to go to
yeah,
church with her. I'm like, all right, it's been a while. Let me go to church. And the guy was just talking about, yeah, expecting, but which expectation versus expectancy, right? So expectations,
right,
you expected it to go. I thought I was gonna get this 100 piece, and I didn't get the 100 piece. And because I expected it, I had what emotional tetherings. Like I was saying, well, you had emotional ties, right? And then it didn't go that way. Now we tight, we fucked up, and we feel away. But it's like if I just had expectancy, I expect the best thing to happen. Period. I don't know what's the thing I wanted specifically, but I expect the thing that I need to happen in whatever way it happens,
right,
right? And that's the difference. It's like just have good energy about what you do, and of course you do. But it's like yeah, we put ourselves under by having like specific things, and you know what? The universe don't always work that way.
100%, man. Word up.
Shit is absolute madness, man. We literally floating on a rock in the middle of space in a solar system
Oh, I
tucked
thought we
inside
was
a
on a
galaxy.
flat plate. What they said? I thought we was on a flat
Listen,
plate.
bro, we so
Yeah.
okay,
I thought
you
we
have
was in
you
a
heard the
dome.
latest? We on a flat plate on the back of a celestial turtle. You heard that one?
Wow,
Facts.
love that. I would
Yep,
love that.
yep. I did
Tortoise,
hear
huh?
that one.
Ancient tortoise? An ancient
An
tortoise? I
Yeah,
love
ancient
that.
tortoise, bro.
Let me tell
Like,
you why I would
yeah,
love
listen,
that.
man.
I think that's
yeah.
cool as shit because it's just it remind me of one of them Disney shits. Not Moana. What was the shit with the turtle, man? Damn, you're gonna catch me. I don't know.
Oh,
But the point is that
Finding Nemo, Finding Nemo.
there we go with listen, man. The traveler. The tortoise is it's the wisdom, it's the traveler. You
I'll say
know?
this. I'll
Yep.
say this. If the turtle is the celestial being for our fucking galaxy, then the turtles on Earth are fucking highly disrespected, bro.
They are. That's true
Facts.
too.
They
Or
highly
how about this,
disrespected,
brother?
bro.
What if they look like turtles, but they're not turtles, right? Like your brain, we would say,
It's
oh, that's a
the
turtle.
image. It's the image, right?
It's the nail in, you know, it
It's
looked like
all
a
optics, bro. Shit is all
total optic.
optics. That's what I'm starting to learn too about life. Like, yo, it's literally all optics, bro. You know?
Social
Shit's
media is a
crazy.
good example of that. Yeah, social media, good
Yeah, and I
example.
was just that exact. I was just about to say that, bro.
Holy moly. We just come from a different time, man. It's crazy. And like you said, you know, I don't want to be like my father or my uncle wagging my finger at what the young people are doing, but it's like put some sense behind it.
It's
Yeah,
cyclical, bro.
yeah.
It's cyclical. You know what I
You know
mean?
what I'm saying? For sure.
I think we always had our stuff going on. There's always been, you know, more stand up dudes, goofies, etc. Right? I just think now it's like this zesty dudes is it's just weird. These young kids, I don't know, man. So you're still a guy, you're still a girl, you respect yourself. The shit is shifting.
For
It's
sure.
real
Shit is
shifty
Yep.
now.
Yeah.
definitely
Real shifty.
shifting. Shit is
It's
weird.
shifty facts.
Yo, on that note, yo, let's get into another track, man, because we gotta cleanse the palate, man. You know, the world is too shifty. We gotta get some balance in this shit.
It's too shifty out there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's the next one you want to hear, brother?
Shit. I'm trying to fuck. I was just looking at what I just sent y'all. Let's run that penmanship joint. Fuck it.
Got you. I'm gonna do that right now. I was looking at that shit because we got a song named Penmanship, and it's an important song, and I got a feeling this is gonna be equally as important. This is Maddox, Penmanship, Gray Area. Let's go.
My brother, you got a minute? Wanna holler at you real quick. Yeah. Look. I refuse to step aside. I'm out here in broad day. Only my weapon hide. My reckless pride causes stress inside. Every second in time that pressure rise until it's pressurized. Insightful views and an aggressive vibe ignite the fuse inside my chest. I fight for truth until my death arrives. Lately I feel like I'm the best alive, but likes and views that make me question why. These hiking boots on the path of righteous proof until I get my stride. I'm on the road to glory, a soldier's story, no semper fi. When the reaper gets to ride, I won't testify. That water you bought ain't the only way you should get to shine. This is more than just finessing rhymes. I ain't religious, but I get in the booth and I'm confessing mine. Putting the plan in motion like your man ain't spoken when the law pressed. It's hard, yes, but both just took some extra time. This life's quality is tainted. I'm jaded. I try explaining through my penmanship. Picture Picasso never painting. Da Vinci ain't invented shit. Would we even remember him? My poison is poisonous. Fucking necrosis venomous. Took rap for granted. You get sentenced for your sentences. I'm hip-hop Captain Planet. I represent the elements. Higher intelligence. No prior embellishment. All this work you put in, but you all stay hiding. BF Goodrich, but better broken. Tired all day driving. You all gangsters. Should have all been made guys. But how you supposed to find your footing when you always sliding? Don't nobody believe you, homie. In the field, the real can see you, homie. And it's real in the field, is where they'll leave you, homie. Get fucked for being big pussies and thinking you Tonys. Stop trying to find my equal, homie. Stop it.
I heard that Sopranos reference, bro.
Yes, sir.
I heard that
How you get your
Sopranos
footing
reference
when
on the
you
way
always
out. Let's go.
slide? What you say?
25 years. Shout out to HBO.
For
Y'all need to
real.
cut us a check eventually. I watch Sopranos. I watch The Wire so many fucking times. Y'all need to pay me.
Facts.
Hold
Shit.
on. He said, yo, how you get your footing when you always sliding? What you saying?
How you supposed to find your footing when you always sliding?
Yo, I say it before, I say it again. Every Sunday is a distinguished guest. I gotta say it, but you already
I
know. Y'all
appreciate
should
that,
know
man. I
by now.
appreciate that, man.
Every Sunday on the Gray Area is a distinguished guest for you. Real talk. Maddox, this is my guy, bro. Real talk, man. And it's like, you know, when you're an artist and you see another artist that's doing their thing, bro, you gotta respect it. You gotta respect it. I don't care if you like it, if you don't like it, if it's not your prerogative. I don't care. You
Well,
gotta
you should
respect
respect it.
credit
Niggas
where
be
it's due.
haters because they
Nah,
not
but
good.
people don't think about it. Nah, yeah, I think they haters, and I think it boils down to what we were talking about before, self-consciousness or whatever. But
Right.
you gotta fight that, bro, because it don't cost nothing to pay homage, bro. It costs nothing
I agree with you
to tell
1,000%.
somebody that they cooking, bro. Guru speaks a lot about the laws of reciprocity. You put it out and it comes back, right? You just saying to somebody, bro, a small gesture, and because, like I said before, we don't know what the next person's going through, you telling somebody, yo, bro, your shit is fire, keep going. It could be the difference between life and death for some people, bro.
Yeah.
You know what
Speaking
I'm
facts,
saying?
bro. You speaking
And
facts.
Facts.
I think that, listen, I think social media and the need for, okay, so when social media came out and we started to consume things at a hyper speed, we also had the need to compare, like we were talking about before, at a hyper speed. So the
100.
issue is that
100.
you're not just, okay, back in the day, bro, if you was the nicest nigga in basketball in your neighborhood and there was another, you might have only had a couple niggas to compare yourself to in your neighborhood. Nowadays, it's a billion people that you can compare yourself to because you're gonna go, yeah,
And not only that, but it's a billion. And I don't mean to cut you off, but I just want to add on is that it's a billion people that are gonna compare you to those people as well, and they have the access to the fucking comment section. So like everybody who like you might have been playing ball with so and some other motherfucker up in his apartment watching you from the window like, oh, that motherfucker can't ball, that dude's garbage, blah blah blah, but you would never know because he's telling his auntie, he's telling his fucking turtle, whatever, you know what I mean? But like,
yo, bro, I gotta talk. I
yeah,
gotta speak on it. Um, my wife just me and my, well, I'm not gonna say me and my wife, but my wife just gave birth to a daughter in November, right?
congrats, bro, bless.
And I appreciate that. And this nigga Guru is my brother. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like when it's all said and done, for me, this is gonna be read ba 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 his name as part of my family. You understand what I'm saying? So um I ain't even tell him, and it's not that I didn't want him to know. It's not that I didn't tell anybody. I told my parents way into it. I told my parents when we couldn't hide it anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
not like we were hiding it. It's just we grown. I don't gotta tell anybody anything. You know what I'm saying? But more so, speaking to I just this all circles back to me becoming more superstitious as I get older, right? I know
right,
that my brother would be nothing but elated for me, right? I know that my brother would be nothing but elated for me. I know that coworkers would be nothing but elated for me. You know what I'm saying? My neighbor, whoever would be nothing but happy for me. But the problem is when my blessings that are cooking, my blessings that aren't here yet, they're cooking. When I speak on them, right? And I tell somebody I care about, and they tell somebody, it's like a game of telephone, the word gets out, then it might reach
yeah,
somebody who doesn't like that. And now you're speaking bad. Now there's negative energy about my blessing that's not even here yet. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So it's like, I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe that's a little far. Maybe that's a little far. But that's just I say that to say, yeah, as I've gotten older, I just I play it close to the chest. I'll say that. I'll say
It don't hurt to give somebody their flowers while they here, man.
for sure, bro. You have to. You have to. It's a must, man.
I got a song. I got a song called Paying Homage or Homage something from an album I did in 2010. It's me and the guy Sadat X,
Mm.
and it's on my album for Asylum Artistry. And like literally, the song is me, and I shout out to Sadat X, the Wild Cowboy. Um, Real shit, like bro, like brand Nubian. You know what I mean? Homeboy went in and it stuck to the topic. We both was just spitting some real shit about exactly that, bro. Just paying homage to like the people that came before you, like carrying record crates for DJs or fucking whatever, bro. Like setting up the mic, opening up for somebody. You know, a lot of people want to hate on that shit. Like, oh, it's yeah, I opened up for fucking Crime Apple, whatever. Like, but I'm whatever, bro. I don't give a fuck if you're nicer than that dude or whatever, bro. Like that dude's doing his thing, you're doing your thing. You're both on different trajectories in
Right.
a fucking infinite universe of infinite directions, bro.
Hmm.
Like at the
Talk
end of the
that talk,
day,
son.
be grateful, be grateful, and just be fucking positive and keep it pushing, man. Like it don't hurt anybody to be like, yo, bro, like good shit. You're not like I think about it. I go to the gym and I see somebody like maybe you ain't fucking. You look like you just started working out. You look like I'm not. I'm no fucking superhero stud myself. But I'm just saying, like sometimes that shit that you was talking a little bit ago, like I might go up to somebody and be like, hey, bro, like good work, man. He don't fucking know me. I don't know him. A little tap, like little bump with the elbow, like, hey, man, good shit. And I walk off. That might have been like he might have never wanted to come back to the gym after that. He's like, yo, this don't make no fucking sense. And some random
Real
dude
talk.
walk up like, yo, bro, good shit. And he's like,
Real
yo,
talk.
hell yeah, good shit. You know what I mean?
You
Like
know,
fucking, and he go extra hard and fucking become Mr. fucking Olympia. I know that's
Yo,
far fetched, but you know
nah,
what I'm saying?
no,
Like
it's
the
for
dude is
real.
gonna,
and then he gives you
it
the
means
credit.
something.
Nah, real talk. Yo, Matt did it for me. You're like Matt, that guy. He's but no,
For
to your
real
point,
though,
it's
bro.
like you got to do it for yourself, and then when you do it for yourself, then you could do it for others, right? It's like even with a lot of shit me and Muggs is doing, like you do it for yourself, then you could do it for others. So like for me, it's like I go to the gym every day because I want to be 70 and sexy. I want 70-year-old me to be like, yo, thank you. 30-year-old me waking up,
Yeah,
waking up to the game, like so you got to do it for yourself, and then
yeah,
you can do it for others.
For
right.
for sure. Ah man, this is a good one, bro. Just a little. I don't know if this will even make it out of the editing room floor, but we started this shit, and I've said it before. Just you never really know when you start something new where it's gonna go, what direction it's gonna be in, how you're gonna sustain it, and I'm just every time we do an interview, man, I'm just happy. Like I said, we were talking about recognizing the important moments and the moments where you feel blessed and you feel good about your life. And
Yeah,
when I do this show, I feel good. I do. Um,
that's what's up, man. That's why I'm so grateful that y'all included me with it, man. Because like real shit, it's just me and the wife at the crib right now. I told her like, baby, I got to go do this interview, but like, it was like I want to go do this. You know what I mean? I love talking about hip hop. I love talking to like minded people. I love building, bro. Like, here's the thing. I'm gonna break this down real fucking quick. So when I was young, this is my view, my perception of hip hop in a way as a parable. So like there's a dude, young kid, whatever, however you want to break it down. Um, and he walks down to the beach and it's low tide, the water's out, and he looks across the sand and he sees millions of starfish on the beach, like a good distance from the water. Water ain't rising anytime soon. They're drying out, and it's a fucking horror scene. He's like, holy shit, like that can't be good for. Like he knows enough to know that these starfish are fucking dying on the beach. You know what I mean? And he's like, damn, this is fucking crazy. And then he looks up the beach, 20, 30 yards, whatever. See some other dude just walking, walking on the beach, stops, picks up a starfish, like fucking ninja stars that bitch into the water, fucking bends down, grabs another one, fucking whips that shit in the water. He said, what the fuck is this dude doing? He runs up to him and he's like, yo, man, what are you doing, bro? He's like, fucking look like I'm doing, throwing starfish in the water. He's like, yeah, I mean, I see that, but like, why? He's like, well, I mean, trying to fucking get them back into the water. That's where they thrive at. Yeah, but like, I mean, look around you, bro. There's fucking millions of them. Like, you can't possibly make a difference throwing them in there one by one. Like, how do you hope to make a difference doing it like that
Yeah.
at this rate? And dude picks one up, throws it in the water. Don't change his demeanor at all. Looks right at the dude, and he's like, made a difference to that one.
mm,
And that was like, yo, and so to me, I've always been on some like I want to try to leave it better than I found it. Shit, you know what I mean? And that
Right.
parable always put that in a framework for me that as an artist was really poetic and really a beautiful kind of visual. But that's something that's how I feel about it, and that's something that always sticks with me. You know what I mean?
for
That's
sure.
beautiful.
And sometimes I'll get some feedback about songs, or I'll get some feedback. Like I've got over the years. I mean, I got a shout out to my man Drew out in Australia. I call him Twin. Like we've talked over the years. He's a fan of mine, but also just a stand-up dude. And we've communicated for fucking the last 10 plus years. And I was on tour, I think, one year, and he hit me up, just chopping it up, and he was like, "Yo, man, like I need to tell you something." I was like, "Word, what's up?" And it kind of ties in a little bit what Mike was just saying. He was like, "Yo, bro, like I'm about to be having a baby, da da da." I was like, "Oh shit, man, congrats." And he was like, "Yeah, I just want to let you know, I'm naming her Maddox."
Mm.
And I was like,
Wow.
"Word?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I don't even know how to respond to that, bro. Like, what are you?" And he was like, "Nah, man, like, for the sake of abbreviating the story, he was just like, yo, like everything that I've been through, that you've been through, that we've talked about, what your music means to me, how it's changed my life, and the influence and the impact it's had on me in my life. I wanted to celebrate her life by naming her Maddox and celebrate your contribution to my existence with that." And I was just like,
Wow.
man, that's fucking, you know what I mean?
That's
It's
beautiful.
crazy. And and
That's
and
beautiful as
and,
fuck,
and
bro.
I say that to say this: the next song you play should be the song "Impact." But
I got you
Before
right
you jump
now.
yeah,
into that,
bro,
bro,
just
I gotta say, man, that shit, that feeling right there and that reaction to your music and like just the connection it got to a person, that's the primary thing. Like money is secondary. Like money will come because you can make
right,
that, you know what I mean?
hundred
Money will
percent,
come because you can make that connection with people. But that connection,
100%.
I put my heart and soul in this, and then you got something. Oh, we good. So, I
Yeah,
respect and
yeah,
I love and shout to that person because they really genuinely got something from your music. I'll never forget during COVID, somebody's like, yo, I'm an EMT driver. And it's rough out here, but listening to some R&B music makes the day better. Little things like that, it's like, damn, we're going to keep rocking.
yeah,
So it's
bro.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
this is what
no.
it's about.
Shout out to Drew Lingham and his family, and little Maddox, who's now a beautiful young lady. Um, she probably about my daughter's age, maybe a little bit younger, but But my daughter's 13. Shout out Brooklyn Rose. I love you, baby. But real shit, like that was to me, amongst some other really heartwarming, heartfelt messages I've received through the years, that was like one of the big one. Probably the biggest one. Other, like closely followed by some other shit we can get into later another time, possibly never. But just that was something that made me realize that the impact is there, bro. Because to me, like you said, the money can come and go, whatever. Like I make money, bro. I don't need fucking rap to pay my bills,
Right,
bro.
right.
Like, would it be nice? Like, hell yeah. Like, fuck yeah, it would. I love doing that. And for many years, that was all I did, and it did pay my bills, and it was a beautiful thing. But right now, um, I do it because I love it, and I do it because when I was young, my pops wasn't around and I was out here in the fucking streets trying to learn how to be a man with no fucking role model, no example. I listened to fucking Nas. I heard what Pac was saying, Dear Mama, all of this shit. I was like, yo, you know what, man? Like, I'm not the only one, bro. I know how that feels. Cause what he's saying, I feel that. I can
Right,
relate to that. You know what I mean?
right.
And to be able to contribute that to some other people that can get that from my music and you know throw that starfish in the fucking water, baby.
Mm.
Like
That's
I
beautiful,
hear it,
man. Every
brother.
day, throw a starfish in the water, man. Every day.
yeah, yeah, bro. Each one teach one, bro. Even if it's, well, and I don't even say even if it's just one. Like one is a powerful number, bro. And it's crazy. I could break that down in some shit, but it's real, man.
It's the only number.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But listen, we're going to get into this impact track. This is the gray area. MOD, Guru Dane. We got Matt Maddox tonight. This is impact. Let's go.
Chat. None of my idols started going viral. They only focused on survival. Flow was ultra vital. Dreamed of holding title. See, we never known entitlement. Every sentence ever spoken. Sick as COVID rivals. Knowing foes be wanting smoke. We hosted open trials. Open vials. More glass around than Pope's arrivals. Loaded rifles, turning all my foes to 5 of my bros. Got 40 foes with hollows inside, holding Bibles. Cut the middle of the pages out. Got the lead and pipes, get it right. If it's pressure, we get the gauges out. Meet your doom like you Danger Mouse. I'm seeing red like orangutans flaming out your neighbor's house. My team already a wrecking crew. Got that white girl, so you can cop a wetter like Eddie from Tekken 2. Finna win and we expected to. Matter of fact, it's back to back, cause we expected to. Death to you. I ain't moving back, I'm moving onward. Said I was doing rap, I just been on one. I made it through my past and my problems. Pray I made an impact when it's all done. I ain't moving back, I'm moving onward. Said I was doing rap, I just been on one. I made it through my past and my problems. Pray I made an impact when it's all done. Since the start of time, how many martyrs died? The world don't care how hard he tried, only what cars he drive. Regardless if the scars they hide, or they hide the scars where it's dark inside by his heart and pride. Be fair, let's call his phrases proof. Diamond in the rough, he bears it all. Spits the naked truth, rhyming in the buff. Don't care if y'all care or say it's cool. God, it's been enough. Airball or if he makes the swoosh in time to beat the buzzer. I've been so low in life, using drugs to keep me high. Stone, cold as Medusa's hug. In a freezer wise, hold like a stupid grudge. They'd rather see you die in the hole than to hope you see a judge for a DUI. But see, I ride with the full clip like a soldier, no bullshit. Whole click, roll thick like an ogre. White boy got a chip on his shoulder. Like, boy, don't give a fuck about that stick that you hold it. Unload it. I ain't moving back, I'm moving onward. Said I was doing rap, I just been on one. I made it through my past and my problems. Pray I made an impact when it's all done. I ain't moving back, I'm moving onward. Said I was doing rap, I just been on one. I made it through my past and my problems. Pray I made an impact when it's all done.
Nah, son.
Yo,
That's
bro.
my favorite joint right there.
Yo, bro.
That's my favorite of all. That's a
Nah,
banger right there. And he
listen.
said that you singing on a hook. Fire, man.
Yeah, bro.
You should harmonize in
Yeah.
the Bible.
He's versatile. I
That's some shit I would have been
told
on.
y'all, bro. I
That's some shit
told
I
y'all,
like,
man.
crazy. I'm
He's
with you there.
versatile. I was
I
just
appreciate that, man.
it's
Yo,
crazy
reminds me, yeah,
because
that's how I get that. That's why I really, you know what I mean? He got really some versatility. Let's go.
I'll tell you right now, and you heard it first. You heard it first here. So if it does happen, just know it was MOD who said it first, and you heard it on the gray area first, all right? I think what the world and the underground needs is a Guru Dane Maddox collaboration. Because both of y'all is
Oh, bro, I'm with it.
crazy versatile.
I'm
Crazy.
with that for
Man,
sure.
say less. You
I'm with
already
that for
know,
sure,
bro.
too. Just
I'm
sing
as a
something
fan,
for a verse.
yo, bro.
Hell yeah.
As a fan, I'm looking forward to both of them because I'm a fan of both of you guys. I'm looking forward to that. I want that to happen so I can listen to that shit in my car on the way to work. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Hell yeah.
That
Let's
joint
get
is a
it,
banger,
bro.
man. You know, all the way to hook, the
I
bottom,
appreciate
the
that,
bar.
bro.
My man said,
Appreciate
"Beat
that.
shit boom like you Danger Mouse." Yeah, that was fire, man. Go.
Bro,
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
you know? Pure fire, bro.
Hell yeah.
All right, so hold on. We've got okay. We're gonna get into this mad love track right now. Since the vibes were so fire. Let's go. I'm about to load this up right now. You smoke, bro? It's a random question.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. I listen.
I mean, what's crazy is like I grew up. I always been an enthusiast. Like I always smoked like hella. Like I just finished. Let's say uh, some legal issues.
mm,
Um,
mm,
and literally last night,
some entanglement.
I I I was some entanglements. Thank you. And last night, I was like, I went digging, and dug something up and rolled something up, and it was a nice little welcome back to the fucking land of the free shit. You know what I mean?
Listen,
So,
welcome back.
but yeah,
Welcome
definitely.
back. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I tell you this.
appreciate that.
Side note, I don't know, man. This shit is like a ritual, bro. I really feel like however this shit came about, however this seed came about, and I mean, all right, real quick history lesson for those who don't know. Marijuana has evolved with humanity. We're not going to go too far into it, but just know that cannabis has evolved alongside humanity. All right. This next track is called Mad Love. This is off the Mad Levels album, I'm assuming. It has to be.
Yeah, yeah, and this is I'm not gonna I'm gonna say less, so I'm gonna just let the song talk. But I want to hear what y'all thoughts is after, man.
Let's go. This is the gray area. Maddox, Mad Love. Produced by Level 13. Shout out to the boy you already know.
Chat. None of my idols started going viral. They only focused on survival. Flow was ultra vital. Dreamed of holding title. See, we never known entitlement. Every sentence ever spoken. Sick as COVID rivals. Knowing foes be wanting smoke. We hosted open trials. Open vials. More glass around than Pope's arrivals. Loaded rifles. Turning all my foes to five. On my bros. Got 40 foes with hollows inside. Holding Bibles. Cut the middle of the pages out. Got the lead in pipes. Get it right. If it's pressure, we get the gauges out. Meet your doom like you Danger Mouse. I'm seeing red like orangutans flaming out your neighbor's house. My team already a wrecking crew. Got that white girl, so you can cop a wetter like Eddie from Tekken 2. Finna win and we expected to. Matter of fact, it's back to back, cause we expected to. Death to you. I ain't moving back, I'm moving onward. Said I was doing rap, I just been on one. I made it through my past and my problems. Pray I made an impact when it's all done. I ain't moving back, I'm moving onward. Said I was doing rap, I just been on one. I made it through my past and my problems. Pray I made an impact when it's all done. Since the start of time, how many martyrs died? The world don't care how hard he tried, only what cars he drive. Regardless if the scars they hide, or they hide the scars where it's dark inside by his heart and pride. Be fair, let's call his phrases proof. Diamond in the rough, he bears it all. Spits the naked truth, rhyming in the buff. Don't care if y'all care or say it's cool. God, it's been enough. Airball or if he makes the swoosh in time to beat the buzzer. I've been so low in life, using drugs to keep me high. Stone, cold as Medusa's hug. In a freezer wise, hold like a stupid grudge. They'd rather see you die in the hole than to hope you see a judge for a DUI. But see, I ride with the full clip like a soldier, no bullshit. Whole click, roll thick like an ogre. White boy got a chip on his shoulder. Like, boy, don't give a fuck about that stick that you hold it. Unload it. I ain't moving back, I'm moving onward. Said I was doing rap, I just been on one.
Yo, bro, I had to stop that short.
My
I had to
past
stop
and
that
my
short.
problems. Pray I made an impact when it's all
certain
done.
niggas come up here, bro. It's not like Hot 97 because everybody who comes up here is a
Said I was doing rap,
certain
I just
niggas
been
come up here, bro.
on. I made it through my past and my
It's the
problems.
lyrics, man.
Pray I made an
The
impact
pressures
when
of
it's
life
all
caressing you tight and adding up.
It sounds like
That's
you definitely talking about that Mary Jane. Talking
bro.
about releasing.
Or some type of monkey. Some type of monkey on
Okay,
somebody's
right. It
back.
doesn't have to be
So
Mary Jane.
yeah,
That's true. It could be another
yeah.
heavier monkey.
No, but so that's why I wanted to hear what y'all had to say, because it's the progression, you know what I mean? In the first verse,
Right.
he's definitely like, and it's kind of from a perspective like the song is written by the monkey, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yo, like I see that you fucking
Doing
like
better.
shit looks tough, bro. Like I know you're trying to do good, but like, what about me, bro? Like, remember we used to kick it. Like I used to help you out and shit. Like I'm here for you, but you know what I mean? So like in the first verse, it's kind of like the smoke or whatever, and then in the second verse, it kind of transfers or transgresses deeper into like harder shit. Like that smoke you blowing ain't just blowing smoke, it's coke and grams.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That 8 ball of straight raw is hate. Nah. So it's like it's saying it's hate, and then you like, nah. it's you know what I mean. It's like it's that 8 ball is straight
Right,
raw.
you're
It's hate.
delusional,
Nah,
right?
it's a mistake.
You're in
It's a
denial.
mistake. Nah, it's hate gone AWOL, choking you with both his hands, coaxing you with both a trance. So now
Mm,
that you know what I mean, now that toast that you toting poking through your pants, you on your way to the closest branch. Pull down the woven mask, demand all the money in a grocery bag. You chose this path, the road to relapse, the coldest solo dance. You know, it's
Let me
like
tell
you
you
chose
something,
this
man. You
path.
niggas ain't rapping. You understand? Listen, I hate to hurt some of y'all feelings, man. I really do. But Uncle Muggs I'm gonna be the one. I'm
Uncle
gonna be
Buck,
the
sit him
one to
down.
tell
Uncle
y'all.
Buck, sit him down in the chair. Then.
Y'all not
yo,
rapping, bro. You know, okay, listen.
They're
Listen.
rapping words.
I get it.
They're not
I
rapping.
understand. I listen to a lot of shit, bro, and I listen to a lot of the underground, the street shit, the hardcore street shit from the underground. And I get it. Cause niggas is really living that life, bro. And I get it. And that's pain. That's a certain type of pain, and that transfers. That's probably the purest type of pain. The nigga who's actively waking up in the shit and then still finding time to record, that's true. That's active pain, right? But
right.
the shit that this guy Maddox is talking, that Ox is talking, bro, is a different level of intellectual. It's a different level. First of all, you had to have experienced some of this shit. You had to have experienced life in general to understand some of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And secondly, the wordplay is off the wall, bro. Like I said, when you start to compare yourself to somebody, let that be motivation. You understand? I'm sitting here listening to this and I'm like, yo, bro, I already know what I'm capable of, but I'm like, yo, bro, I have to push
It
myself. There's
makes me
always
want to
more to
rap.
be done. There's always
It
more
makes
to
me
be
want to
done.
rap though.
You
Like
understand? For
real
sure.
quick for
That's
me, it's like when I hear shit, I'm like, oh, I want to rap. Like, oh, okay,
right.
let me start spitting. You know what I mean? That's what it make me want to do. Yeah. So when I hear
Bro,
talent, when I hear yeah.
like, yeah, I want to be better. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the best of it, that's what this is about. That's what this is about. Let me tell you something. If you're an MC and you come from the era that we come from, and you don't think that you're the best MC in the world, then you need to hang it up. You need to hang it up. All three of
Facts.
us are MCs. All three of us are MCs, right?
Hey, yo, there
If
go,
you
what's his name,
ask
man?
anybody
Shit.
who
You see him
either
in a
one of
minute.
us who they think the best rapper is, we
Hey,
might
good morning, it's your
politically
bad
be
habit.
correct and say
It's been a
somebody
while since
else,
you've been
but
back
in
at
our
it.
heart,
Sad that it's
we're like,
pragmatic.
I'll
You
kill
try to
anybody.
avoid me. Dag nabbit in
I'll
the
kill
past
anybody.
habit all the time. It
You know what I'm
attracts
saying?
that's
Yeah.
Mad
So
Max
it's like,
Savage,
Yep.
wasteland of dust and
like,
sand. We're
man,
finding
y'all
waters
niggas,
harder than
some of y'all
finding a
niggas, a lot
trusted
of y'all
man.
niggas is rapping.
Or just a friend who
A
don't
lot of y'all
enable
niggas
you to
is
bust
rapping.
and ban and just extend
Don't
a
get
hand for you to
offended when I
take
said
and I
that
put something
originally. A lot
in.
of y'all
I
niggas
miss
is
you so
rapping.
much. Hope that we
Some
can
of y'all niggas
reacquaint. I
is
notice you ain't been
rapping,
feeling
bro.
hopeless. And you
Some of
seeing
y'all
straight.
niggas out
Looks
here
like
like
your
this.
goals are in
That's
focus and you can
really,
breathe the
really
change.
talking
Inhale
to
me
you,
and
bro.
wait and do
And
exhale.
they're
Have a
doing
seizure
it
and
in an
faint.
artistic
This
way.
new freedom
They're doing
ain't
it in a
shit. You need
versatile
me to
way.
take the pain
And
away.
they
Make
deliver
your
it.
rainy
You
day
know
a
what I'm saying?
seasonal
Full
break. I
circle.
see
So
in
that
your
leads
face
into
you
my
angry.
next
The
rant that I
grievance is
always
great.
get into
Just take
towards the
me
end of the
back and
episode.
baby your last
Support
it'll
the
be
artist.
okay.
You
I know
understand?
that you ain't really had
Pay for
enough.
this
The
music.
pressures of life caressing
I
you
don't know
tight and
where you
adding
guys
up.
got it
It's
in
like
your
you
heads.
destined to
See how the
fight. Like
record
it's just
labels,
bad blood. I get it, you
this is
tight,
all
but I'll get you
propaganda.
right. It's
The fact
mad
that you
love.
want me
I know
to
that you
give
ain't
you
really
my
had
music
enough.
for
The
free
pressures of life
and
caressing you
then
tight and
somehow
adding
wish
up.
that you
It's
buy
like you
into
destined
my
to fight. Like it's
personality.
just bad blood. I get it, you tight,
Right,
but
because
I'll get
that
you
way it's
right.
like
It's mad
the
love.
label gets to keep
You
all
punched
the
the
money. That's
co-worker and you
me.
broke your
And he got to
hand.
work a little extra
Now you
harder.
getting
You
fired from the
understand? But
local
Like,
to be
plant. You
to
smoke a
be
plant,
to
ain't gon'
know this
fuck
is
with me
already
until you
working.
broke again. And if you know
And
what I know,
yeah,
you know you
support
can. That
support the
smoke you blowing ain't just
support the
blowing
real.
smoke, it's
Pay the
coke and
money.
grams. That
Go to
A-ball is
Bandcamp. Go to
straight
your
Which
raw,
local
it's
leads,
vendor.
hate.
You
Nah,
know?
it's a mistake. Nah,
yeah,
fake
which
gone
leads me
A-ball,
into the
choking you
next.
with both
So I
hands,
gotta
coaxing you evoke a
actually.
trance.
This is
So now
a
that
little
toast that you
plug right
toting,
now, but
poking through your pants, you on your way to the
in a matter
closest
of
branch. Pull
weeks,
down the woven mask, demand all the
so
money in a grocery
Genghis
bag. You chose this
Complex
path, the road to
1 and
relapse, the
2,
coldest solo dance. You either
2
broke or you
albums that just
broken.
recently
Trying to cope
dropped.
with your
Part 1 in
emotions with dope in a
2022,
can, or being
Part
dope in a
2 just
can.
dropped
Hopeless, hoping to
literally
see
a couple
O's knowing you
months
dope sick.
before
You
Mad
folding
Levels
again.
dropped.
I
Both
know
of
that
which
you ain't really had enough.
are
The
albums that
pressures of life
dropped in
caressing you tight and adding
2023.
up. It's like you
I
destined to
have
fight. Like it's just bad
another
blood. I get
album
it, you tight, but
that's
I'll get you
getting
right.
ready to
It's mad
drop
love.
in
I know that you
February.
ain't really had
That's
enough. The pressures of life caressing you
it's
tight and
called
adding
Year of the
up. It's
Ox,
like you destined to fight. Like
and
it's just bad blood. I get it,
it's
you tight, but I'll get you
honestly
right. It's
something that
mad love.
I feel real hyped about. It showcases more versatility. It showcases much more production from different sources because Genghis Complex was all one producer. Shout out my brother Noho Kai. And Mad Levels was all level 13. Shout out level 13. But this, it's got, I mean, Camouflage Monk beats on it. It's got Noho Kai beats on it. It's got Sam 2 beats on it. It's got Dark Arts from the Umbrella beats on it. It's got fucking crazy features, crazy versatile. It's got DJ DRK out of France, one of the first promoters and DJs to book me out in fucking France. Um, but the point I'm proving is Year of the Ox is only gonna be a physical copy collector's item.
Let's go.
Like at at least because of what we were just talking about, like the expectancy. It goes back to what we were talking about earlier in the interview of expectations, bro. Like
Hmm.
I've been giving and pouring and pouring and pouring out for years now and busting my ass and investing in this and believing in this and it's really it's really important to me, but at the same time, I do stand on what we were also just talking about. Like I stand 10 toes on what I believe I'm capable of and what I know I bring to the table with this shit. And I'm confident. I'm not cocky. I'm not arrogant. I'm fucking prepared and I'm confident. And I come out knowing I call it the Pepsi challenge, what you were just talking about. Like we might be like, yo, like I think fucking so and so's the nicest, but I'll take the Pepsi challenge with that motherfucker right now. Like let's go toe
Right.
to toe, head to head, bar for bar, put track for track, whatever. Like I believe in that wholeheartedly. And granted, it's an extremely satisfactory feeling to my ego to hear other artists such as yourselves and other artists that I value their opinion and respect their input tell me that I'm doing something nice and I'm nice and I'm doing what I'm doing and acknowledge that. That's great. But at the same time, I am doing this to to affect the starfish as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you don't have to listen to my music first and foremost. Like it's not for everybody. I don't sit here and write this and record this and collate all this shit thinking that everybody's gonna love it and that it's for everybody. I don't do it. Like if I wanted to make songs for everybody, it would sound hella fucking cheesy and corny and like a lot of the shit y'all hearing that everybody is hearing. But that being said, we're doing this real exclusive, real fucking, real clean, real art collector type shit, real exclusive CD vinyl drop. The first shit I ever had the confidence and a drive to put on vinyl. DITCD.com is going to be pushing and handling all the physical shit.
Let's go.
Like straight up, straight fire album. I believe like the features again, complementing everything that I put into this, the whole shit. But the point I'm proving is I'm not giving this to fucking nobody no more at this point. You know what I mean? Like I can see, and this comes again from like comparison and shit like that, but I can see the people out there that's doing their thing. And again, I'm not out here to try to fucking tap dance and make everybody happy. I'm not people pleasing the rap game, bro.
Right.
I'm out here.
You're an artist and you're
I'm a
creating
father. I'm a husband. I'm an artist. I'm creating art, and it's a valuable art. It's a valuable
for
resource,
sure.
and that value that I feel that I provide, I'm asking for a very, very minimal contribution to the continuing creation of that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I hope that the people listening, I hope that y'all got a taste of some of the stuff from the past. I hope that it inspires you at the least. I hope that it resonates with you. Um, but yeah, Year of the Ox. I can't say the exact date right now, but February 2024 is what we're aiming for. And I'm fucking hyped about this shit like I ain't been hyped about an album since I don't even remember, bro. So
Listen, I can't
That's
wait to hear
dope.
it. I can't wait to hear
That's
it.
dope,
I'm
man. I'm
grabbing a
excited for
physical
it too.
copy for sure. You know what
Big
I'm
salute
saying?
to you, bro.
Listen, man, this has been a special one. This has been a special one, and you know what? Yeah, man, I see good things, bro. I see good things. I can't see the future, but I feel good energy when it comes to this link, and I feel like,
Right.
yeah,
Got that
bro, you know what I'm
frequency.
saying?
Good things coming.
Right,
I
We
right.
don't know in which way
I
or which
appreciate
form. That's
that,
a
man.
fact. Good things coming on all ends. That's a fact.
Listen,
And you know
we
what, bro?
never
Yeah,
know.
Before
yeah,
you
nah,
sign
for
out,
real.
before you close this out, let me also say the Emporium.VIP. Rock with us, ROTL2I Music, all things mugs on drugs, all things say that. Let's go. Yeah,
You
the
already know.
Let's go.
Emporium.VIP.
Go tap in,
Hell yeah.
support the real. That's the bottom line of all of this. That's the point of this whole platform, man, is support the real. Like he was saying, it's not for everybody, man. This shit is subjective. Art is subjective. If you don't like the way I splashed the red on that canvas, you might not buy that painting. You understand? But
Yep.
somebody gonna
And
walk
that's
Yep.
by.
okay too, because the right
That's
person will.
perfectly
You heard?
fine.
You
That's
heard?
perfectly fine.
100%.
If somebody gonna
100%.
walk by and say, "Yo, I don't like anything else about this painting except for the way the red is splashed," I'm buying it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
That.
Yes, sir.
support the real. You understand? This is the gray area. I'm Mugs on Drugs. Guru Dane is with me. Matt Maddox
Salute.
stopped through, showed out. We played some tracks. We had some deep conversations, man. This is gonna be a good one. I really had a good time. You got to come back. As a matter of fact, I will talk about getting you locked in for another episode because yeah, I really had a good
100%.
time, bro. We appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, we gonna play the Guru Maddox joint on the next episode. You know
Let's
what I mean?
go. I got
Listen,
something, man. I think I got
Yeah.
something. That's a fact. I
he
got
gonna
something for
put
you,
that
bro.
in the air, bro. He gonna put that in the air, bro. But yo, Ox, man, I appreciate you, brother. You already know what it is.
Likewise, man. Yeah.
Listen, we gonna
I
continue.
see your grind, bro. I see you. And that's why I be saying every time, man, foot on their necks with this shit, bro. Like we ain't stopping.
Like,
I
yo,
know it ain't going no place but up, bro.
yo, bro.
1,000,
um,
1,000.
It's only
Y'all
right.
say the word, the ox got you on whatever,
I
man.
still got that
Fucking
verse you
let's
sent me,
run
bro.
it,
I
bro.
still got. Listen, I ain't wanna blow it up, but shit, fuck it. Since we blowing it
Yeah,
up, I still got a verse from Ox in the Tuck. You feel me?
Let's
yeah,
go.
Still got a verse from Ox in the
yeah.
Tuck. You feel me? So y'all don't gotta worry about that right now, but just know, yeah,
There's one in the
yeah,
tank. You heard? There's one in the
shit
tank. Let's
like
go.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Stay in a
Yeah,
tuck with it, bro.
for real.
Yeah,
But real talk. What was I gonna say? We in the studio next Saturday, so we can definitely maybe I don't know email some shit, get some shit done while we there. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But listen, bro, peace and blessings to you. Moving peace, moving light. You already know what it is. I'm gonna get with you. This is the gray area. MOD, Guru Dane.
Big salute.
Shout out to everybody. Let them know where they can find you real quick before we sign off.
Shit. IG. I just started fucking with TikTok, Facebook, all that fucking bullshit. Matt Maddox at Matt motherfucking Maddox. I don't even remember.
Let's go.
Truth be told, Apple Music, Spotify, all that shit. But check it. I also got recently. I started a website
Mm,
www.warofartists.com for my label War of Art. I got merch. I got the fucking you can hit up my IG. I got the link tree on there. It takes you everywhere you need to go. And man, Mugs, congrats on the baby,
I
bro.
appreciate
And
that, my brother.
y'all,
Thank you so much.
y'all, y'all, thank you for the time and thank you for what you do and exposing and bringing this to the people and just giving artists like myself exposure, a platform to talk about what we love, and honestly, giving an old man just some fucking some inspiration and some feeling of gratitude, bro. Like real shit. Like I've been doing this for a motherfucking minute, and I'm an artist, a tortured soul at that. And there's some days that I wonder why I'm even fucking doing it for, like in that penmanship shit.
Right.
Sometimes I feel like I'm the best alive, but likes and views will make me question why. So
just know, my brother, just
it's
know
fucking
that that's the format. And that's Skynet.
yeah,
And that's Wayland Yutani.
100%.
You understand me?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
Blade Runner, baby.
yeah.
I'm telling you, that's what it is.
John Connor out this
It's
bitch.
John Connor. It's
Yeah,
George Orwell. It's 1984. It's Fahrenheit 451. Every day.
facts,
All of
bro.
that shit is here.
Facts.
All of that shit is upon us. So just know that when you
We in
feeling
it.
like that, that's your natural inclination bucking the matrix. You feel me?
Yeah.
Just know that, bro.
Yo, it's crazy. I got IG, Facebook, all that shit on my phone in a little like subfolder called titled The Matrix,
Yeah.
bro. So I remind myself every time I tap in, I'm like, yo, you just going into the Matrix right now. It ain't none of this real.
Shit ain't
So
real.
like it's real shit.
Every
Shit is
day we
real, but it
Neo.
ain't.
Every day we Neo.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Hell
How
yeah,
you
bro.
gonna navigate it?
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying? You gonna let the agents get at you? Nah, nigga, we about to flip the script
Nah.
and shit is about to be crazy. We already listen, this is the thing about
We
it.
bucking all the way down.
All the way down, bro. What's the deal? This the gray area. We locked in. Ox, I appreciate you. You already know. MOD, Guru Dank, gray area. Peace.